Prime Minister is the most corrupt Prime Minister in Jamaica history?
That is not.
Do you believe in the integrity report? Yes or no?
I think that the Integrity Commission made some missteps. I still believe that they should have completed the investigation, lay charges on the Prime Minister.
Same way as we believe that
question, but you don't want me to answer.
Should finish their numbers.
No, but you don't want me to answer.
Question. Morally,
I'm answering your question.
Never ask you a question. Morally, I want to ask you a question. Morally, do you believe that the Prime Minister should open a charity organization, take 34,000 US from it, use it before hearing a tax and ban? If that is morally right, yes or no?
Charity. Is it a registered charity?
I don't hear you.
Dr. Cole, is it a charity? Is it a registered charity?
Hold on. 20, hold on, leave me on him,
Dr. Cole, just answer the question. Is it a registered charity? Yes or no?
Yes, the Prime Minister went.
No, Dr. Cole, you're saying that it's a registered charity?
Yes, the Prime Minister went on IT and Prentice Act, I'm sure, 2020, and make a donation of 3,000 US. And out of the Prime Minister mouth, he said this is from his charity, and he donated 3,000.
I never asked if it's from his charity. I asked if it is a registered charity.
But
I can have a charity. Me can have a charity. Me can set up something and I call it a charity that me use to donate to people in need and thing. That is my personal thing. And if me want to take money out of it and use it to live for the month, that is my business.
Brother,
that is different from a registered charity.
Brother, hear me now. I used to when me talk, me no means me word.
Yeah, man, go on talk.
Right?
Let me lie about you, Dr. Cole.
The Prime Minister, 2020, went on IT and Fancy Cat show. And he donated 3,000 US dollar. Nigel Clark donated 2,000 from his charity also. He used the word, this is from my charity. I forgot the name because I had a plus so hard. Right? 2020. He took 34,000 out of the charity. Take it and buy tax and ban. When the IC found out, he might try put it in back and tell lie say bank make mistake. Morally, that don't look like an act of corruption.
Dr. Cole, let me answer your question. One, if it's not a registered charity and someone set up and say I donate to people, if him want go in their theme business, all right? Once it's not a registered charity that I'm set up. Number two, if indeed he went into what was a registered charity and used some of that funds and he cannot give a good explanation for that, then I'm wrong for that. That's obvious. But my big problem is that Integrity Commission, that incompetent bunch of people should have just sit down, do the report, and if them are lay charges against the man, lay charges against the man.
You know why?
Rather than to come tell us that them don't report and don't finish it and them need to do some more report. Is incompetent, them incompetent?
No. You don't see it.
You know, say the Auditor General never do no foolishness like this yet. Mr. Auditor General, I do how much report. You know hear no story about who she investigate. She just come and just drop her report.
The Jen, that's calm. Take a deep breath.
Calm down, please. Please calm.
Yes, yeah.
All right, make Jamaica take him on now. Jamaica take.
All right, good evening, Mr. D Engineer J.
Yeah, man, respect Jamaica.
Yeah, blessings.
Go and turn off the mic and make you go and talk.
Yeah. First thing I will open with this. They say any leadership that depend
Elder,
and
me
that
so
teaches
put you up,
people.
Elder. Okay, me get up still.
You hearing me? The
Yeah, man,
words of
Jamaica,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
Jamaica.
man.
Yeah.
Just turn up
words
the
of
mic so you can
Marcus
talk.
Garvey. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. And let us bring that to know the economics in the country. Yeah? $15,000 per week is not
Thank you,
awesome.
brother.
It's not awesome, and it cannot feed the Jamaican people sufficiently. And that is not my fact. If you think that is enough, Mr. D Engineer, you're living in a separate world
Yeah, me
from
so
the
Adeba.
Jamaican
RJ.
people. This booming economy that you boast about. Hold on.
The RJ my back. No.
Alright.
This booming economy that we
Jump down,
speak
Mr.
about, it is a joke and a lie because the people not feeling it. The reason why we're seeing so much of these mass shooting and all of this man shooting up Brinks truck, it's because the people are living in poverty, so they're willing to risk their life. When in Jamaica history have you ever seen men going to the extreme to risk their life
Excuse
about
me, this
shooting?
Jamaica. I'm not cutting you. Excuse me, Jamaica. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Engineer, you're over here and you're talking and you're doing a lot of things over here. Top up the live, man, and give me some likes and make the live progress.
There you go. Thank you.
Man.
Yeah, man, continue to do that. And I hope you're listening to me now, Mr. Engineer, because I was writing down the information that you were spitting.
Yeah, man, I top up the live, man. Let me top
Yeah.
it up some more.
Good.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Engineer.
So the proof of Jamaican people not feeling this economical boom, the evidence is there in everyday living, the condition of the roads, the condition of the hospital, the condition of the schools, and the condition of the state of mind of the people. The people are living in hopelessness, and they are seeing a prime minister cannot explain his wealth. So the country is moving forward for 200% increase to the politicians, and also we were promised by the prime minister that they would give us job description for the MPs. So he lied about that. I hasn't provided it. Also, we talk about this number, the statistics that we're given in number. I play sport, both cricket and football. Stats can be manipulated. It's about the impact. So when you speak about all of these numbers, unemployment being down and everything, what type of jobs are we doing? You remember earlier when I said any leadership that will teach a nation to depend upon another nation is a leadership that will enslave you? What we're earning from now, the Jamaican people are experiencing low growth, low wage, and low income jobs. For example, jobs like tourism and jobs like the BPO sector, and the BPO sector will be in problems soon. Well, it's already in problems, right? So I'm asking, what are we going to do when these people come out? You raised a point about the census workers. We want to ask, did the census workers get paid? Firstly, was the census completed? So if it's a case that the census wasn't completed, your stats from the census is null and void. Doesn't make any sense. All right. You also made a point about COVID and unemployment in COVID. That was a senseless statement. The unemployment where you boast about. I work in the tourism industry, and I've heard tourism workers coming to work saying that they have to choose which child they're sending to school. So when you speak about the booming economy, I can't see it. I don't see moving from a booming to now a stable economy. We can't see either of them. You said that you were here cursing and disrespecting the IC. about done said and all of that. But all of these persons were chosen by the current government and it was approved by the opposition at the time, Portia Simpson Miller. So you are telling me that you get all the players that you need and then you're going to curse the players when they do their jobs? You're wrong and disrespectful. And the IC never, at no point in time, the Integrity Commission said that they had completed the investigation. So you're being very disingenuous, you're being very manipulative, and you're trying to gaslight the Jamaican people, which you're very wrong, you and your Prime Minister. So therefore, you need to do right now, Tim, to apologize to those well-learned lawyers and representatives of Jamaica's freedom, emancipation, and also to stand with integrity and to get out corruption from our land. So you need to apologize. You're a very
PRJ, Jamaics. Whether P or J. Any one of them
and
is
corruption
wrong.
is not
Corruption is
acceptable.
corruption.
If any PNP member should do bad by the Jamaican people, they must be held accountable.
And we must be the
Go and
first to call them out.
the 7 Nolan principles of good governance and then come back and speak to us on this platform. You're rude.
Okay, Jamaica.
No man, nobody. Listen me. Yeah, listen me. That was a statement, not a question. Make Cash come
So what
in.
you saying? I can't respond to
Let's
Jamaica.
soon come in, man. May I make everybody just
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Well,
No
I'm
problem.
engineer.
Go on
Let's soon
there.
come back round. Soon
No, go
come
on
back
there.
round.
Go on there.
Let's make Cash and the rest of
Yeah.
person and say something, man. Then come back.
Yeah. All right, Cash.
Yeah, Mr. Engineer. Good evening, everybody again. Comrades. Engineer, you keep basing on the fact that the Prime Minister's business, so-called charity, was not officially registered as a charity. However, he somehow collected donations and put into the company that's not a charity's account. So made donations to, well, according to what they said in the IT and Fancy Cat show, from the account that he said is that you're saying is not a registered charity. So I don't understand. You seem to be banking on technicalities. And even if so, if a company was not officially registered as a charity, it still shows the red flag on the Prime Minister's
And the
part.
Prime
Let's
Minister,
not
that's
talk
what
about
I've said.
let's not talk about the Prime Minister as a regular man because you keep putting yourself and comparing yourself to the acts of your actions and the Prime Minister's action. The man is the Prime Minister of the country, and therefore his actions should be considered spotless.
Above par.
Exactly. So when you're putting yourself and say, oh, if me, say me have a company, I'm gonna collect donation, I'm gonna put in it, and you can register, that is totally hogwash. You're just trying to bank on technicality. So as I said, even if it wasn't officially registered as a charity, it still raises red flags. And another thing, the same in the same breath of you saying the people on the Integrity Commission are done said, you made reference to Pamela, the Auditor General, who is also a part of the IC. So I'm assuming you weren't aware. So the IC has reached a point where they themselves cannot go any further without the help of the FID. If you haven't gathered that from the report, then I don't know what you were reading in the report. Because as Jamaica just said, the IC did not say the investigation is completed. They did mention, however, that what they have gathered so far is not enough to definitively say the Prime Minister has illicitly enriched himself. However, because there are outstanding information, outstanding documents to come up to the idea of how he came by this money, it has raised many more red flags, and therefore they are referring it to the FID to continue the investigation and also investigate to see if there is any acts of money laundering
Financial
involved in these
crime.
transactions. So I can't understand how you people feel comfortable in yourselves as a Jamaican citizen to come and defend this man. Nobody's saying this man has stolen Jamaica's tax money, which he could have. We can easily assume, based on his actions right now, we can easily assume that he stole taxpayers' money. And if anyone is assuming that, they have a right to assume it because the Prime Minister made it so.
Well, on the cash. What do you mean by nobody is not saying? The Prime Minister thief taxpayer money.
Thief, man.
No assumption.
Yeah. When I was referring to the Integrity Commission, the
No,
report.
man, yeah, but we find him guilty. Instead of proving to the Jamaican people, say you earn it legitimately, you try to take on the Constitution. The Prime Minister is a criminal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I totally agree.
All right,
I agree
Cash.
100%.
Yo, Cash.
Let me just finish my part.
No,
Let me
no,
just
one
finish
minute,
my
one
part.
minute. No, before you continue. Before you continue.
Make him finish.
Cash,
Make him finish, General. Make him finish.
Cash, listen.
Let me just finish this one little point. And
Could you please give me a chance to say something?
The
Listen, guys.
engineer, the man never asked you a
No,
question. Let the man finish.
guys. Hey, listen, man. Listen to me. That's my real picture up there. And people already know my name. They say this thing where you go around and call people thief. I do not want to get into that. So, because the thing that
specifically just said people can assume that he's a thief.
Listen to
If
me.
he's
We can have a
unwilling to prove
conversation.
it, he'll buy his money.
We can have
He
a
is a thief.
conversation,
Yes.
but I don't want to
Until he
get
proves
involved
otherwise.
in a conversation where anybody can sue me for defamation. I'm not getting into them sort of conversation.
come
There is enough evidence
You're gonna
to
Your boss
suggest
not
that
gonna
that
Your boss not gonna sue you. You would never say that. So you know you're not gonna sue.
Conversation
Come on,
where
come on,
I
come
call
on. RJ, come to ask
anybody
him a question.
and say that
Andrew
them
Holness
thief.
is a criminal.
RJ, come to ask my question.
Taxpayers' money.
RJ, come to ask my question. Make RJ ask him now.
No, me talk to the general. Andrew Holness is a criminal.
No, then come on, we don't want that. Come on.
Me come here as a call on
Come on,
people
Howard.
and overrun.
Come
And
on, Howard.
him
Come on,
steal
Howard. Make
taxpayers' money.
RJ ask you a
And him
question.
no
Come
man,
on,
you
give a
can't
copy.
Man, you can't call on people and from me up on the program.
Hey,
You
yeah,
can't
just
get
gonna
to
be-
the freezer and come and can't get a talk.
Come here, uncle.
All right, comrade, sit
You know,
there. You
the
go
call
talk,
on
man. And
people
you go
like
talk,
seminar
man. And you go
talk.
talk.
Come
He
in,
just
uncle.
say
Come
one
in,
call
uncle.
on the thing and call one name. He go your talk, man. Let me just
We don't
finish
want a
this and you come in there.
discussion now. We don't want. Wait, Comrades. We want a discussion.
Listen, when this man come up here, so and them talk to someone, we need people put him there in place. Now, make RJ ask him then Sydney. RJ come up for Sydney. RJ, go on.
No, it's a long time he did the boy.
No,
They come
Sydney
up
there
before.
a long time.
Uncle Sydney,
A long
RJ.
time you don't come up
Sydney.
before. Man, why you have fight
Comrade
against
Sydney,
me?
Comrade Sydney, ask him a question. Ask the question when you ask.
You let me know when you keep
All
on
right,
the
come
next
and sit
station where you come and earn
Your
it from
time
me,
now.
you know, brother.
No, uncle, man. Just calm down, man.
I mean, I
Just
want
calm
to
down.
one question and like you want to come fling me
Okay,
off.
so
No, man. Just, we make you talk, no, uncle, man. Talk, no, man.
First thing when me hear this man I said, me I talk from a layman thing, me had the figures business because I bundle the figure them I come with. Me I talk what happen in the country now as a poor man and layman who are watching. First of all, him say a private sector, the job them is not government job. Brethren, everywhere you go, when you have three somebody I serve, a one or two you have now. That means they then cut staff. Who can bear attention to that? Everywhere you go, staff cut.
I can attest to that because
Right, so
even
you
though
can't
the
tell me say
number
you
of
have
people
right,
working is more,
unemployment,
the
good
average
brother.
hours
That them a
is
cut
less.
staff. That are the first thing when me I see. Right? The second thing when you come in now, and we are come tell me now, they say is the Prime Minister charity. Let me tell you something, man. You believe, say, from earth to heaven, with Prime Minister will say, well, send some money, come give me then. In a me charity car for him. You believe me that get so much money, brother? Tell the people them all over send money come give him. Talk it now with layman term. Boy, you know say me I my church want to send some money come give me. You think that give him so much money? No come with the
If his
fool.
charity never register.
And you think that they give me, the people them give him for say I give poor people things, brother. And that they send he go give him. Because they wouldn't give me, you know. You think that they don't give me 1 cent. Because they don't know me. But you don't respect the Prime Minister and know say the Prime Minister, they don't know say I go bundle of things, brother. That's why they give him so much money. See? So now come with the force is about for him charity. Him use the poor people name. Forget it, brother.
Sydney.
See? Yes.
Sydney.
Yes.
Sydney.
Me answer, man. You know,
No. Sydney. You say you don't believe in the numbers from Statin. I'm hear that
Yes.
from more than one person. Why isn't your member of parliament and the president of your party in parliament telling Statin that the numbers are bogus?
But them talking about your probably not listening.
No. Why
You're
is
not
the
listening.
Mark Golden say many things? Why
Of course,
is
they
Mark
call
Golden
for that. They call for the census.
You're not
Julian
listening.
You didn't
Robinson
hear Mark
or
Golden call
any
for the
PNP
census?
or any
Jen,
PNP or
Jen,
any PNP MP
Jen, you
in
want
Parliament saying
Jen,
that
wait
the
now, Jen. You
numbers.
want this brother
No, 1
listen,
minute.
Jen.
No.
Mute him
Let
and
me
make him man
get
finish. Him man
Sydney.
finish, General. Make him man finish and then you come and ask him man finish.
Hey,
Okay, man.
remember,
All right. You're on
Me
the
not
show.
bri-
Go on,
Oi,
take it.
me not bright like you, but when me come, me sting
Go
like
on,
a
come
gun,
with Sydney.
I fly
Go on,
like
come
a
with
bee,
Sydney.
I
Come on,
sting
RJ
like a
ask my
bee.
question.
Let
Go on,
out
come with
burn you.
Sydney.
All
Go
right.
on.
That are the second thing, and you come because if what you call, if the census no finish, I want them to take up no finish. How you come with figures? Me and the people them come and say they no get no pay, so them stop. So how you come with figures, brother? You're not even know how much people in Jamaica right now. So when you go say boy unemployment, this unemployment, nonsense because you don't know how much people in Jamaica right now. Because this, the thing don't take up big people, them come on the platform and come all about say them not get no pay. So them stop. And they employ some more again and then stop again. So no coming up bundle of figures just so brother. And
But
take them on a food.
remember Uncle Sydney, me not remember if an engineer see him one or what you call him?
Man, me General, come on, RJ ask me because I
Well,
Well, I'll for me little time make him talk and then me
well,
talk. Yeah, go on,
man.
Reggie.
Uncle
Yeah.
Sydney still a talk. Well, we have a conversation. Me don't know if I still engineer or what the one there from man name again or him did sit up. That the census so them I use are from 2013.
Right. Right.
The 2010, the last census was 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Right.
2010.
Right.
11.
No, 2010. The next one was 2020.
Well, all right. Whether I live or 10.
Me
Hold on,
did the
whether I live.
census. It
Only
was
one of
2011,
them.
not
You know,
2010.
Hold on.
Anyway,
All right.
11.
Remember
Me.
me still up on the floor now. Either I live or 10. I 1 year apart. You know, much
11.
different to where me I say. All right, say 11 then. I know what 24, brother. How you can use that the figures we know? Look how much, oh man, you can't check. You too much, you can't check, you know, too much here that apart, how much things go on here, how much baby born, how much this are dead, how much that. Oh, you don't know the figures, brother, so no come with that. That shoot down. The next thing when the man them said you prime minister a thief, and me agree, you know why me say that? You can't with their brownstone, brother. And me talk it every day, you know, hear me talk it. I mean, in there, them put it 2 court in a one, traffic court and the tax court, a collection day. And me see something like a hairdresser, barber come up, 18,000, 20,000. If they don't have it, put them in a room on there, so one grill room, lock them up. People have to lend them money, same place, you know, get locked up, because they can't make it. Because they don't pay the tax, brother. People who tax, then gather them in. And the Prime Minister run 3 big old companies and tell me they have 0 tax in pay every 4 years. And not thief that. And not thief them and not thief the country, brother. Eh? You Mr. Labor right man, and you me at know your name. And not thief him and thief the country, that's so. Eh? Answer me if I not thief that. You talk about you don't want to politics. And not thief
Engineer,
him.
answer uncle. Answer uncle.
Eh?
Okay,
Answer.
And not thief
I
that.
can answer now. I can
Yeah,
answer?
man. Yes.
Okay, good. Sydney,
Yeah.
so we had a census in 2001 and a census in 2011. Okay, going up to 2011, when the census was telling us bad news about unemployment, I think unemployment was somewhere around 9.3%. Did you believe the census then?
Yes, God.
Yes,
Jenna,
because
Jenna.
you believe
Why
then
would you
because it
believe?
would have
No. 1 minute. Hey, Sydney.
I work on it. We believe it. We believe it.
Sydney,
Give me a
why?
talk, give me a-
Sydney,
We believe it.
Sydney,
I work
why
on it
did you?
completed.
Sydney, why did you believe
Let
the
me- you
census
ask
in
me a
20?
question.
Sydney,
Well,
why did you believe the census in 2010? Why did you believe the
Uncle
unemployment
Sydney,
figures?
answer the question.
Sorry,
Make him
why did you
answer the
believe the
question you asked.
unemployment
But that
figures?
be asked him, that be asked. When you come back, we
Why
are about
did
now.
you believe
Hold on,
the
brother.
unemployment figures
Brother.
in 2010
No, we're not going
when the
to
You
last
know, say-
census
you
was
know, say
held
yes,
in
The
2000?
know, say-
engineer answer the man question before you start with another question. You know,
No.
answer the man question.
The man making
you-
points,
you-
and I'm
you don't
responding to his
stupid, man.
point.
He asked you a
I
question.
am responding to his
Question.
point. He
You're
make a
stupid,
point
you
to
are
say
stupid,
until the
engineer.
census numbers come out, him not going to believe anything from
Jenna,
static.
Jenna,
But census are held every 10 years.
Jenna, mute your
The
mic.
census hold every 10 years.
Jenna, mute your mic. Jenna, mute your mic. Mute your mic. All right. Jenna, listen to
Me tell
this.
this thing like
Wait,
a
because
bean
me
and
run
this
the
thing
show.
hard,
Jenna,
Are you-
Jenna, me not like this style of the pan. Yeah, this fuck the thing. Now, let me
Lord
finish,
have mercy,
please. Let me
fam.
finish.
No,
The man
hold on, I'm
ask
Mr.
you a
Sidney, no,
question.
finish
Get
it,
the question
no.
the man ask.
Make
The man
Uncle
ask
Sidney
them
finish
you-
up.
Make you do it, man. Hold on.
Wait the man. The man ask you a question. The question is, if when you go to court, everybody, when camp, you have to go in one corner. Why difference with the Prime Minister and them people there? Answer the question. The
And
census
they come
thing.
last to ask you.
Yeah,
Answer
the
that.
census thing is necessary because you're
All
wrong
right,
with the census.
ask the question
Wait,
again.
we not finish.
You
The census.
ask the
You
question
wait,
again.
man. Wait now, please. Wait. The census
You,
thing.
I'm asking you to repeat the question. You say we're not dealing with the census. Repeat the question,
yes.
And me
Repeat
ask
it,
the question,
Mr.
brother.
Sidney. Repeat it, Mr. Sidney.
Listen me. Me say you say the Prime Minister, nobody know we call the Prime Minister thief. I'm not tell you how we get to call him thief. Me say the man, me say me they are Brownstone more than one time. Me say I quote them for you traffic
Come
court
in.
and that the court in one. So me get for your ear. Me see them bringing barber, hairdresser, tailor, come in one no pay them tax and people no pay them tax. They say a collection deal. If we don't pay tax, then put our grill room round there. So 18,000, 25,000, 35,000. I saw the man a collect. If you don't have it, they lock in our grill room. Man and woman in there and say if we not pay it before 6 o'clock or before much o'clock, before court done, members say no night court or lock no get lock up. People have to borrow money, people lend them money. Mr. Policeman take out the money and lend people. Just want to stay at jail. And the Prime Minister run 4 big old company, brother. Millions of dollars pass through, telling lend take how much million US lend the other company that and you not make no money. 0 tax in 4 years. Why then are not thief that, brother? And I rob them and rob me.
All right.
Okay. Sydney.
Answer the
Let me
specific
answer
question.
you now. Let me answer you now.
Specific question, yes.
Sydney, let me answer you.
Yeah.
The difference is a court has proven in one case that the person is a thief, and in the next case it's unproven. So we don't call
What
people.
unproven?
No, Sydney,
What
listen to me.
unproven?
No, wait. Sydney, wait.
The only court come in as the court only come in as saying when the video PAE, you got to serve jail time.
Chef, we can curse, right?
One.
Chef, me just want, me don't want this your life, chef. Me can curse, right?
Hold on. Me want to keep it life civilized.
No, chef, me don't want.
Me no want the disrespect. Hold on. Everybody just
One, please.
calm down. Me no want the disrespect. Everybody mute. Everybody mute.
No, you wait. Somebody's there before you. Wait a minute, mute.
Everybody mute.
Yeah.
Everybody
All right.
mute.
No, chef, me just ask the question. Me can curse, right?
No, man.
No,
Me
you're not
a try
curse,
to
man.
be live. Me not approve no cursing. Neither
Yes,
from
all right.
people like
All right.
JLP.
If you
You
notice,
understand?
all right.
Mr.
if you
Sidney,
notice-
Uncle Sidney, just
Yes.
mute and hold
Well,
on, man. Just mute and hold on.
Okay,
Mute
whatever
and
I say, we think we continue, yeah.
Mute and hold on. Mute and hold on. Me want everybody to have a conversation. And you notice how long you're in your box?
To RJ now.
Because me respect your views and me respect everybody with upon this live. Like you are like my father, Howard, everybody. Me want everybody to have a civil conversation. A one labor right in our box. You understand? We don't want no disrespect. If you don't agree with something, just wait till your turn or you raise a point of order if you want to address him. And me stop him and you come back in. You understand? So
Can I
please,
raise a quick point?
All right, me just one land me play, you know, just one
Can
thing
I
I land
raise
me
a
play.
quick
hold on,
point?
Uncle Sidney. Hold on. Me go allow
Just
you.
land your chance, huh?
Hold on,
Just
Uncle
land me play. Me
Hold
land the
on,
play.
hold on,
Me land
Uncle
the
Sidney.
play. You land
Hold
the
on,
play.
Uncle
Listen
Sidney.
to
Uncle
me.
Sidney, hold on now. Mute. Everybody mute, please. There are persons in the box who not talk yet. Hold on, Uncle Sidney. Me want RJ to say something, then you can come back. So
Yes.
RJ, unmute your mic and go ahead.
Night, everybody. Sydney, that all right? Sablake.
Yeah, man. Me respect, man. Yeah, man.
All right. Night. The engineer. Me love the money talk, you know. You understand what actually comprises GDP? You know what they use to calculate GDP?
Unmute, you know, danger, man, in a conversation.
Yeah, man. Go and make your point, man.
Yeah, so tell me the four things. Four things compute GDP. What are the four things?
You can unmute your mic and just keep your mic unmute. I don't have a conversation.
Let's leave him.
All right. I thought GDP was made up of the value of goods and services in the country.
Yeah, so how you compute it? Tell me how you compute it.
No, you tell me.
GDP is computed. One of the common ways. GDP is computed by four things.
RJ, give him time for go on Google. Ask AI.
RJ, how is it computed? Educate the group.
GDP is computed by four things. And why discuss some? Because I'm not going to pressure or anything, but we have a frank discussion, right?
Yeah, it's an educated program. That's what it's doing.
GDP is computed. One of the common ways is by four things. Your net exports, meaning how much you buy from overseas versus how much you spend. How much you earn from selling overseas. So your net exports. The consumption, the investments, and the amount of government spending. Right? You know what is a major driver of Jamaica's so-called growth in GDP? You know which one of those four things?
Go on, talk, man. I'd assume government spending, but go on, talk.
Wrong. Government spending has remained.
You're quiet now. You start assume now.
No, don't kill him. Don't kill him.
No. Let's hear RJ talk, because at the end of the day, I want RJ to show us that GDP has declined. At that moment, RJ get to it. So go and make your point, RJ.
Never said GDP decline.
Hold on, guys, don't kill him. So the major driver at GDP now is actually consumption. It is spending that is going on in the country. Net exports to imports is negative. So every year we have a higher negative figure, meaning we're not producing any goods and we're actually buying more goods. So that's one. Two, investment is actually not growing in the country. Three, government spending is barely growing. What is so-called boosting GDP is spending in the economy. You know how you explain the spending in the economy? The engineer.
Come on, man, RJ, just go and make your point. I'm listening to you.
When you have increase in the money supply.
Well, I know, but it is not fair for you to ask ChatGPT when RJ asks a question. It is not fair.
Yeah,
You must come prepared.
What is that?
Mute the RJ. Mute with the RJ. You know, that's why I tell DJ and say, when you come on a platform, you have to come prepared. Because the man asks a question and you not answer the man question. So RJ, listen, make him mute and explain to you. Mute my DJ. Mute the mic.
Hold off, Hugh. Anybody can come here and they can ask me any question. They can ask me who has the highest score in ODI cricket. And I don't know the information, and I don't have it.
Yeah,
but you start the subject, and you start the topic.
I've said three things.
But for your start,
And so far,
ask your
nobody
question,
has
and you
the
Google.
three things.
But the Jenna, you start the topic.
Comrades, make his point. Comrades,
Engineer,
make his
cheat.
point.
Comrades,
Make him do what I do. Because guess what? Even if you use ChatGPT, the whole logic of why my try come through now makes sense. Because ChatGPT will
Let
give the accurate
RJ make
information.
his point. RJ, I want to hear you. Go and make your point, RJ.
Right. Mute, engineer.
No problem.
And continue to tap the live, engineer, please. I'm not seeing you.
I want to raise a point of order.
I need to reach 100K tonight.
Make RJ finish with it, please. Finish RJ, please.
Yeah, but it's like a discussion, so it should answer the question RJ proposing. I just want to make that point of
If you
order.
can't answer the question, the 80 or the 100 people will make them one decision. Make it
All
work.
right, thank you.
I'm come start the topic, you know. Some continue RJ.
And man, say something, you're going to be offended a little bit, the engineer, but it's not too offended, but it's the truth. Don't talk about GDP if you don't understand what makes up GDP. You don't have to respond, nobody respond to that. It's a fact. Don't talk about it. Next thing,
Thank you.
Next thing I'm saying, Zing, you guys look at sites like Statista. Don't look at Statin in Jamaica.
No, GD. Yeah, RJ, tell us what you're saying about GDP. You're telling us about something about consumption.
Right,
Come on.
him get the answer now, RJ. ChatGPT give the answer, find it.
Howard, you just get through to the box. Howard, what I'm saying, Howard? Go on, RJ.
Right.
Mr. Eddie.
No, this is what I want to demonstrate. Zin is growth in consumption. One of the things that causes growth in consumption is change in prices, meaning things become more expensive and it forces people to spend more money, right? So you see, when you see a reduction in the debt to GDP, investments is barely growing and government spending is barely growing, and net import to export is getting more negative, meaning we're buying more than we're selling. So what is actually happening is that the country is not producing anything.
That's a balance of payment. That's a balance of payment.
Hold on, now. When you flood a market with money,
No, slow down.
Hey,
Say
hey.
that. No, make that point again. When
Yes,
we say
educate him,
make that
RJ.
point again.
guys,
About
government
debt to
is talking.
GDP. Go ahead, make that point again.
So I'm saying your ratio of imports to exports is getting worse, meaning the country is buying more than it is selling. So we're not actually earning more foreign exchange year on year. Investments is fairly constant. So people not, contrary to what you believe, people are not significantly investing more in Jamaica, right? Government spending slightly increased, but still not a lot. What is driving it is consumption. Everybody has to be spending more money to survive. What I'm saying to you, when you don't have productivity in a country, but you increase the money supply or you do things that make the money supply seem like it has grown, what you do is you cause prices to increase. In other words, if last week I produced 10 tomatoes and there's $100 in the market, each tomato going to cost $10. When you flood the market with money now and there's $500 on the market and the same 10 tomatoes, each tomato now costs $50. When you measure the GDP now, the GDP going to pick up that there's more spending in the market. However, when you actually break it down now, the cost of goods has actually gone up significantly and is affecting the average consumer. And how is this explained? Inflation. You see, even though BOJ is telling you guys that there's some 4 to 5% inflation, if you look at other sites like Statista, they'll tell you that Jamaica is set to hit like all 8% inflation this year. So people outside of Jamaica that not using Statin but using things like Statista and looking at World Bank, inflation probably going to double by the end of this year. And that's not something that the government is telling you. The price of goods and services in Jamaica has significantly gone up and is going to go up even further. The only reason why you guys are seeing reduction in debt to GDP, because we're not exporting more, we're barely increasing investment, we're barely increasing government spending, people have to spend more money just to survive. The only reason why debt to GDP is going down is because whatever little money that we have, we're throwing it on international debt and paying it down. So things like reserves in the NHT and stuff like that, that is being used to pay off debt instead of growing the country. So you cannot say that the economy is doing good when inflation is set to double.
Pause RJ.
Every single thing on the market is costing more right now. Everything.
RJ,
Okay, so RJ, no, wait, no, man. RJ,
NHT reserve, what should
Lord
have
of
been
mercy.
ours.
I'm here. Can I have a word with RJ?
Service debt.
May I have a word with RJ?
11.4 billion for 8 years. We should have done if we build poor people house that people can afford it, go back into the national budget and service debt. So we don't have no house, we don't have no social program, we don't have no house. You understand the true economics now? You come here
right on target, right on target.
The engineer, let me explain something. You see, when you grow an economy, this is
no. Slow down, RJ.
Let me just say this one thing.
No.
Let me say
You said a lot. Let's back up what you're saying. RJ, let's back up what you're saying. Let's back up what you're saying.
Yeah, go on.
No, RJ. You said that government spending has not increased much since 2016. Do you back that up?
All right, let me give you the exact figures.
Lord of mercy, man. Come on. Yo, me not like them tricks and things, you know. Big man, we sit down. Everybody listen to you.
And I look
Everybody
on chat
listen to you, RJ.
Hey,
RJ, everybody
a while
listen
ago.
to you.
Listen,
You said
listen.
government spending has not increased by much since 2016.
No,
Do you
no, I said
stand by that?
2016.
Don't
He
badger
did
them with
not
this
say
Hold
incident.
on,
2016.
hold on.
He did
Don't
not say
badger
I
that.
them
did
with
not
this.
Where
say.
you
And
said,
wherever
RJ?
with RJ
Hold
did
on.
attack, you did that
I
on
did not
Google.
say
You were on
2016.
Google.
Hold
Don't
on.
I
badger
did
him.
not say
Guys,
2016.
guys.
Yes,
One
let
minute.
us
We're
RJ
all
speak.
adults here, right?
Yes. Allow
Now, I heard engineer refer to something while my 14-year-old brother was sitting right at my bedside. And it led my 14-year-old brother to ask if it is okay. So I want to ask him this one question and go. Right? You are saying that as long as we're running a charity that is not registered, we are free to do whatever we want with that fund?
I never said that.
You did not?
I never
You
said that.
actually
I
said that,
said,
you know, RJ.
I'm
You
going to
actually
repeat.
said
I'm
it's
going.
his
You said
I
that,
am
personal.
man. You
going.
said the
Hold
prime
on,
I'm
minister
hold
going
on.
to
fulfill the one
Let me
you
repeat.
like doing
repeat
it.
it in your exact words. And before you answer
I
this
am
question,
going
bear in
to
mind
repeat.
that you're
No,
I
in
am
hold
the
on,
going.
hold
country
on,
of
hold on. Let him finish.
14-year-old. So let me
Okay.
ask this question again. Did you
Hey,
not
hey, hey,
say?
hey. Do you want to hear what I said?
Chef,
Him a good
unmute him.
dumbass.
No, I'm
Chef,
going to
mute him,
explain to
let
you
King
exactly what
finish.
you
No,
said to my
I
14-year-old
want
brother.
to mute him, you know.
Right? You said that as long as Andrew Holness charity is not registered, he is free to do whatever he wants to do with that funds.
That's
Yeah,
Now,
he
right.
said
That
that.
him
my
say. That's
mother
right.
runs a charity. So you are telling us, right, that if this charity was not registered, the people them overseas that are contributing to helping people in need, it would have been fair for them to find out that my mom then is collecting all that money and then using it for or her own investment and fixing her own problem while the people they think they're helping is suffering. Is that what you're telling the people that are contributing to these charities?
Okay, so let me repeat what I said. I
Mm-hmm.
said, if this is a charity that Andrew Holness has set up with his own funds and it's his personal charity, then
Own
if it,
funds?
whatever, yes, you can run a company and you set
Hey,
up what you
guys.
call a foundation.
All
You
right, guys,
can do
Mandela,
that.
hold on.
Hey, wait.
Hold on,
Are
man,
we
for
are we
cutting, man, for
about
cutting. That's a foolishness, right?
A
what is a
foolish
what is a
attack, not
foolishness?
Make
left and
I,
right.
him finish.
No, what
Make
is
him
a
finish the
foolishness?
Charity
foolishness.
is a
No,
charity.
what is a foolishness?
RJ,
What
make him
is
finish the
foolishness?
foolishness. RJ, make some
Hold
time
on,
and
what
then
is
bark
Hold
himself.
on,
You know.
hold
foolishness?
on.
simple,
Can I
simple.
just finish and go, please?
If me have a company and me set up a foundation, that foundation operates like a charity. If it's not registered and me go
Sound
in
like
like and
scam
Where you
use
get money
my
for the
movement.
money,
foundation? Where you get money for the
okay?
So hold
foundation?
on. Can I
Where
hold
you
on
get
now?
money for
Can
the
I ask you a
foundation?
question since you're keeping that point? Okay, fine. I start a charity, right? The charity, because basically charity means giving back, right? Am I wrong, people?
Yes, that's it.
No, you're not wrong.
Charity means giving back. People
Yes.
are contributing to these charities for giving back
And let me
to
add
Yes.
the
to that
needy.
if I can. If you'd allow me to add to that, please. I want to add on that point. You see, under the law of Jamaica, when person A takes money from person B under agreement, person A have an obligation to fulfill that agreement, or else the charge is unlawful conversion. You get money for do a specific purpose, and you take it to other things. So me willfully give you the money and swear say you're gonna help children, you're gonna help poor people, you're gonna
And once you say charity, once you say, let me just interject. Hold on, let me interject.
Just let me
Once you
explain the
say
law.
charity, once you say charity, you get certain benefit from the
RJ,
government.
Wait, hold on. When I
RJ,
reach
Make
that say
RJ
yet,
finish.
hold
Make
no,
on.
RJ
RJ,
finish, please. Make RJ
RJ,
finish.
The engineer,
is
let me
there
talk.
RJ
any
finish.
Hold on.
RJ,
Make
is
RJ
there
finish.
any
Mute
RJ,
the
is
engineer,
there any
please.
information before us
Somebody
now?
mute the engineer and let RJ finish. Thank you.
What I'm saying is, once you accept money to do a particular purpose, if you do not fulfill that purpose, you can be charged under law, dealing with unlawful conversion. You get the money for the X and you do Y. You cannot operate a charity or a foundation, have money, and then don't use the money to actually do charitable or foundation activities. That's unlawful.
Okay, so RJ,
Can I say to that before
so
you
RJ,
continue,
my question
engineer?
to you.
Hold on. It's still my
Okay, go
question.
ahead.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, I don't know how to put up this picture, so I'm just gonna read. Under our charity agreement, right? Paragraph 4, page 9, right? It states, are you listening?
I'm listening.
It states that if one should use this charity as personal benefits, you can be charged.
What are you reading from?
I'm reading from our agreement. Remember, we're
What
running
agreement? No, what agreement? What agreement?
our charity agreement, which
Yeah,
is
that's charity.
licensed.
Yes.
So what are you saying?
No, slow down. Who is our agreement?
He say he had a charity.
This is our
With-
agreement between
with
me,
rest
my
of the government
mother,
of Jamaica.
and my father. This is an
Oh,
agreement.
you're talking about
that is
your personal
approved.
charity?
Yes.
This is
No,
a
wait,
charity
you're
that
talking
is
about your
approved
personal
by
charity?
your government.
Yes.
A charity that approved by the government.
That is approved by your government.
Oh, wait. You're talking about a registered charity?
Exactly
Yes.
my point.
No, but King, they said that the charity is not registered.
Who say not to register?
Who say not
remember,
registered? Where is
I
this?
have read through the
No.
report. It is a registered charity.
Calm down.
He said it's not a registered charity.
Who said not register? Who? He who?
Somebody
He-
mute this man and let
We
King
no
finish
Jamaica,
up,
no
please.
Jamaica, the conversation, no Jamaica, the conversation. He who
No,
said not
it
register?
not make sense, my brother. It's not a conversation. He's trying to gaslight people.
What
Let
am I
King
gaslighting?
finish
Look,
to educate
let me explain
people.
something to you, bro. Right? Because the fact that you led my 14-year-old brother to ask if it's okay, it's
No,
a
but
problem.
I
to
don't
me.
understand this. I have already
Hold
said
on.
that if the charity. No. I have.
Wait. Let me say something. I want to say something because he might miss the point. If you have a charity,
If the charity is registered and he takes money from it, it's wrong. I have already answered that question.
you did
I
not
have
say
already answered that question.
No, you did
I
not say
said
that.
if it is a registered charity and he takes money from it, it is wrong.
No,
I have
No,
already
bro,
said
that's
that.
not what
Yes.
you said.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
up here
Hold on.
defending
Yes.
your government
No,
He
and
said that
taking
in the
charity
area.
Didn't I
into
say that?
personal
Hold
spending.
on. He said that in the
Stop.
earlier
Didn't I say
argument.
that?
Yeah, he said that in the earlier argument, but that
Thank you
would
very
have still
much.
a dig the
I
Prime
said
Minister
that
and a
if it's
deeper
a
hole.
registered charity
Why-
and he
hold
took
on,
the
hold on.
money, he is
Hold on.
wrong.
Why the
So
Prime
hold on,
Minister would have
registered
had
or
an unregistered
unregistered? What
charities?
I'm asking is, right? Registered or unregistered? Is charity not is
Charity.
charity funding not
Yes.
supposed to be used for charity and not personal funding?
Okay, so let me answer that question. You see, if he was receiving funds from other people with an understanding of how the money should be spent, and he spent the money otherwise, that is wrong. What the Integrity
Hold on,
Commission
let me ask
should...
you a question. So
you asked me to answer your
hold on
question
now.
and you don't want to hear my
Hold on.
answer.
So you think the people that are donating to this charity, right? They just get up and say them pick up their money and to feel personal
Do
spending.
not see any information about who is donating to the charity. There is no information before me, which is why I'm telling you, say Indicom dunce. That is why I'm saying Indicom dunce.
All right, wait.
If Indicom did simply come forward and say, see it here, the man is
Not
getting money
Indicom, not
from
Indicom,
XYZ,
not Indicom.
ABC.
Myself
Then he would have been the first man one to say what he's doing is wrong.
I think
All right,
it's
Instructing, my brother.
Listen, I believe that when a
No,
person
that
is
is why
saying
I'm saying
something,
Indicom dunce. You know.
I believe that when a person is saying something or talking about something, it should be proven. Can anybody
So,
advise
engineer.
me on how to upload my the photo of my agreement on screen so we can see what I am talking about?
You'd have to switch
How
to
is that
video.
relevant?
You don't have to
We
switch.
Let me
all
put you in a big
agree
box.
that if it's a registered charity, it's wrong. We
All
both
right,
agree
and
on that,
registered
big man.
charity.
So
You
if
have to open
We
your
already
video.
agree on that.
I'm gonna put
the
you in
Prime
the
Minister
big
have to
box
take
and
the
show
money,
you.
that is it.
All
You should
right.
teach it, right?
Based on, give me 1 second now, please. So based on the information the engineer giving us, to the Jamaican people, you can have a charity, don't register it and take some money and do your personal business. The Prime Minister do it, so it is okay for everybody to do.
I never
Exactly
said
my
that.
point.
I said, I'm going to repeat what I said again. If you have a registered charity and you're taking funds from it, that is wrong. I already said that. Number two, if you are receiving funds from other
So
people
don't
under the
register it. That
guise
you're saying.
that you are going to use
hold
it in a
on,
particular way
hold on,
and you
Make
don't
him
do
finish
hold
that,
on a minute.
it's wrong.
Hold on a minute.
If
Hold on a
me,
minute. Hold on a
if
minute.
me have a company and me
Hold
set
on,
up what
engineer, please.
foundation to do charitable work and me got in the money there, which
Hold on a minute, please. May I have to mute her? Hold on a minute. Please, may I beg you? Me want this guy to read his charity agreement. You understand? And me no know if anybody can set up a charity in Jamaica that is not registered.
Not
So
just that.
it's a
If you do it,
message
that's
from
illegal. If you do it, it's
the
illegal.
engineer.
Hold on,
Not just
hold
Young
on.
men and women set up a charity. Don't register it. Take money to it. Do it like the Prime Minister.
Me
You
no know if
cannot
that
be
can
wrong.
happen. You
Hold
cannot do
on,
that.
hold on. All
You
right,
cannot.
hold on. Okay, because it seems like that is too much of a hard question. So the next thing I want to
Read the agreement, please.
when you have a registered charity, you can use it for tax breaks. When you have a registered charity, you can use it for tax breaks. That's why there's a law about registered charity.
Hold on. Don't go there if you don't understand, you know, because you don't know
somebody
what
Prime
has
Minister
GDP
report
never
means.
registered film one. He
Hold
never
on.
registered.
Wait, no,
He
you don't
registered at
understand
ordinary
GDP.
company at the company's office. He did not
Don't.
register it at the Friendly Societies, which is a charity. He
And what is
registered
the
it as a
problem?
business.
That's
So the
a
Prime Minister
problem, you know.
intentionally
There you
Let me
go.
ask
registered
a
it with the
question.
registered company for thief the money. You know what I mean?
RJ, Owen and Adam. Let me ask a question.
Somebody
RJ,
take
Owen
out.
and Adam.
How you
Let
take
me
him
ask one
out of the
question.
box?
Let me ask one
Hold
question.
on, let me send back a request.
Yeah, let me ask one question, please.
Back in, please.
Wait, let me ask one question, please.
You know, listen this. If me open my, if me, all right. So for instance, me set up a charity on my own. Listen me, you know. Me take money out of it, say me I put it to the charity. They say the fact say me put the money out to the charity, I feel the charity and my money again. Me not supposed to get take and do what I want to do with it. So me don't know where this man I get things up when I talk
Well,
about.
I don't know. Come to think about it. I think engineer time. I think engineer time up, you know. For the objective, you know. In come for sure on the line. Engineer, your time up, you know.
Yeah, cause me want get up.
I agree. Can't talking of garbage already.
You know what? If Chef want me to fly, that's no problem.
All information, the information that I received from him, and my conclusion, as a Jamaican, if you want
Your time
wealthy
up now,
like the
man. Go
Prime
on now.
Minister,
Well, we
you all
moderator
you
they
need to
now
do,
play.
set up a
But
charity
engineer, thanks for
organization,
joining us, bro.
do register
Now,
it,
one next time.
and move money to it.
Let me say make a
That's the
sense.
message coming from him.
If me can say something and come
All
down.
right,
Come
Cash.
on, want everybody to hear this.
Come on, Cash.
Hold on, Cash, can I say something and come down? A few months ago, Richard Biles, the governor of the Bank of Jamaica, right? Under the government where the Besita run, right? Richard Biles come out and ask the private sector, please, don't raise your salaries because we, the government of Jamaica, cannot contain inflation. A few months ago, Richard Biles come out and said that. I'm going to say it again. When you raise salaries and you don't increase productivity in the country, the only thing you're going to cause is increase in the cost of goods and services. When a man get more money over A, he might go over A go work. Me now have to raise my salary to retain workers. The only way I can raise my salary and retain workers is to charge the customer more. And that is exactly what is going on in Jamaica. That's why you can't eat, you can't drive, and you can't buy food. Because of what the government do. Productivity has not gone up.
Exactly,
But
RJ.
money is on the market.
Comrades,
It is
100,000
causing
likes today.
inflation.
Tap up the live.
Right? Jamaica inflation.
Touch it the other way over here. Tap up the live, comrades.
Continue,
Go ahead,
continue,
Cash.
RJ. But it's the same thing we preach every day in terms of matching goods and service with productivity. So all the time about 300% raise and you don't increase
100%
productivity.
raise is not a
Sooner
true
or
raise.
later it don't have any value because the cost of goods and service, I would tell them with the minimum wage. The following day, Mr. Chin raise up everything. I said the 2,000 to 4,000 when I pay me now make it go so. Me forget
Comrades,
it.
listen me.
Exactly, Mr. Point, you know, please.
Sidney Blake says something very important, you know, and see, Sidney is not a man where I say I'm an economist or a business person, you know. And this is what reports will tell you this, you know. employers right now, I employ more people part-time, than have people full-time, So when
Of
them
course.
when them tell us
I wanted to say that
when
when
you
Sid
hold on
make the
now,
point.
when them tell us that unemployment gone down, is not the full picture them a give, Because if me have to hire 3 owner and give each owner 1/3 at the time,
Thank you for this point.
10% of my hours actually cut even though I employ more people. So don't make nobody trick you. More
But
people are working, but the more people are
RJ,
working less hours.
but RJ, if you read the report, 750,000 people are not seeking jobs. From the 750,000 will leave, them say 4%. 4.5% unemployed. So the real unemployment rate in Jamaica is 50%, 50.4%. 50, you get me? So you the point to me at China. Me stop arguing with him. Him come up with a topic. Me ask him what is GDP?
And him don't
Him
know
not
what
know.
GDP mean.
Me ask him, you see, him say no, he don't know. All right. Me look on him and me ask him, what was the GDP 2016 to no? He said 19%. So me say, how much the GDP grow? That's $5 billion in 8 years, You get me? I say. The next question me I gonna ask him, what is our debt 2016 to now? Him saying must low. We have more debt. We more debt now because interest alone we are pay. We not paying no debt. And when you go to inflation, everything's when you go to matrix, a 10 matrix, him just embarrass himself. That's why I mean I tell Comrade Howard and Comrade Hugh Blair said, just make him come with him matrix. Just answer him and say, yeah, I'm making. I don't want to start questioning by numbers and intermediate. I just start asking, but see, RJ and Cash asking my numbers up to today in can't. Even Mr. Senior answer he can't answer. Then just come with them, look, hype this and run, come with them, look, hype this and run the people argument. And that's why Mr. Smith and don't rough them up. Allow them to embarrass
By
themselves.
the way,
I'm
let
not
me say
talking
this.
about numbers.
Hold on, Hugh. This is the last thing I say and come down. Another thing what them not telling you, you see, even though them said debt to GDP is going down, which is true, but remember, them I use the country money was supposed to build the country and pay debt.
Of course.
One of the things they're not hold on. One of the things they're not telling you, the rate of GDP growth is slowing down. So if last year you did make 12 billion, this year you make 10, next year you make 8, the year after that you make 6. So year upon year, the growth in GDP itself is actually falling. So them not telling that part there. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Don't,
Yeah, man.
don't
Yeah,
go
man.
where
Thanks,
you
RJ.
think, man.
Thanks, RJ.
You have been teaching. Don't go
RJ,
yet. Would I like to hear a
RJ,
little
don't,
bit more from you?
RJ, don't go yet.
Yes,
Come good
RJ,
evening.
where are you now?
Me dey hear me a listen on, and me really a listen, brother, and I think sometimes, some people really get things twisted, because the charity thing there, me think it might mix up like with GoFund. Because if you set up a GoFund, that means that you're not gonna like you run block and you look for help. Not true. Right,
Not for
RJ?
your personal money that when you get it.
The
Yeah,
thing,
so I'm saying no, if you set up a charity, and everybody from over here we care about Jamaica, don't put money in that
Hold
charity.
on, no. Hold on, pan go phone again. If you set up a go phone for somebody, again, and you use that money,
you got prison.
Yep, you're
you're
going
in
to jail.
trouble again.
You're in trouble.
You have to set up a personal go on me.
There you go.
So
Continue.
that's why I don't talk to them,
Continue, Sally.
All right.
Not just that.
That's why I start talking to you.
Sydney, hold on there. That's why I love reason with sense with people, That's why I use a word there, That's why I use a word, because the charity thing, Remember, I said the charity thing, all right, that's for them, and everybody like them, Don't put money in there, don't.
That's yes.
And
That is
that's
charity.
But Team
That's
Church
why
is up with that. Team Church, Team Church, I can't see the taxpayer money put in. Team Church must be that. Team Church can be something when swingle taxpayer money put in. So I ain't left for
Hey,
everything.
gents, let Mr. Leo finish now. Let Mr.
Me
Leo
tell
did
you,
have
they
a
wouldn't give me,
finish one
They
point.
wouldn't give me a cent. Me come out to the lowest part. Me say they wouldn't give me. They wouldn't give me a cent. But you don't know the Prime Minister and believe in him as he's a Prime Minister. They don't know, say, not swindle it. I bandit, they give him. But they wouldn't give me. If me go there, say, no, I look
Yeah,
so
so
much to give poor people, they not give me. But they know him as Prime Minister.
Yeah, so
and say, me believe him, then give me because he's a good man.
No,
And he
Mr.
fear them.
Mr. Blake, may I ask you a common sense question?
Yeah.
Do you see the rationale why the Integrity Commission would say, I think TIJ and FID need to go look at this. Do you see rationale behind it now?
Yeah, because him not answer the question then when I ask him.
A two
The follow-up
criminal
question
charge,
he not
obtaining
answer
money
them.
by
Criminal
false
charge.
pretense,
And the
and
thing is,
fraudulent conversion, a criminal charge.
And the
I
next
would
thing
then
you know,
understand,
the next thing you
RJ.
know,
But
the
then don't
IC,
understand.
listen
Hold on,
up,
Uncle
the
Sidney.
IC can't charge him, you know. The
What?
IC can't charge him and the powers we charge him. Them
Well,
have
I
the
know.
powers what them are going to
And
charge,
not
but
just
they
that.
can't charge him.
Not just that. The Integrity
Okay.
Commission cannot investigate him for financial crime.
Right. And they can't charge him. So them are going to talk about how them not charge him. They can't charge him, brother. They put it to who can charge him now.
They can prosecute him. They have a prosecutional power. They can
So
prosecute
when
him.
I'm try, let me tell you something, man. Man, run with the money, man. You know what I mean? No go
They
on
can
bad.
charge.
I just see me here on rock him, you know. Me no
Sydney,
really
they
go
can
on
charge
bad.
him. That's why Kamika Prince find him letting go. Kamika Prince can charge him, but she had the thing. They have a power to charge and prosecute.
May enjoy the conversation though.
That's why
You
we just
hear the point where we need to fix. Because when they come up here, we allow them, because they come to them bright, you know. That's what I mean. We allow them to embarrass themselves. And you say it again. When him come and he run with the numbers and he start talking about blah, 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 they make it, they say yes. And they start
Yes,
asking
man.
numbers.
Yes, you. And when he come, me sure know say him attract
agree,
Jamites,
you.
RJ,
Yeah, I agree.
and Cash.
Exactly.
Because
Because
when
the money talk, you know. Honestly, that's why I'm coming up, you know. 'Cause you know me love the money talk already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why when RJ, that's why when him talk, me say Comrade Blair and Comrade Hugh, Comrade Howard, when low him make him talk, just low him, and then when I start asking him numbers, can matter about GDP, him don't know what GDP matter about GDP. When Mr. Blair said debt to GDP, in confused, I say that's why I say GDP I talk about, and he say yes. Him don't know the difference. Him don't know the difference. But somebody have allowed them to embarrass himself. Somebody man like play with them, you know. But just give them it and make them just come. Because you when we start asking me numbers now, he don't know any numbers them. He don't know the meaning of them. So they say yes. All right? And they start asking questions into media.
Let me show you something. I'm going over. True. Zin? Wait, just listen to this. Zin? I want to understand exactly what the Integrity Commission do now. And we're going to use a charity as an example. You get referred to the TAJ to investigate tax evasion, and you get referred to the FID to investigate other financial crime. Let me tell you why that is important using the charity. If him have a registered charity, Zin, and him actually collect money from people and now use it for what the people gave the money for, and I use it for his own good, then that's a financial crime. That are obtaining money by false pretense and fraudulent conversion. You collect money for do a specific thing and you do something else. That's one. Two, if the man actually try register a business and pretend is a charity, but I use the pretense of a charity now for move money without paying taxes, then TAG will clamp him. So what the Integrity Commission actually do, you know, is say one of them two money I go bite you, you know. One of them have to bite you. Because either you pretend to be a charity for cycle money without paying taxes and TAG will slap you for that, or you actually collect money as a charity, but you use it for your own good and a FID will slap you. So Integrity Commission literally said, no, say you do one of them, you know. And one of them must catch it. That is what them actually accept.
Well, RJ, that's exactly how me I look on, you know, because these people, you know, I have to watch them and watch money coming out, you know, and come up back and now do what supposed to do, you know. Make them come down on them, you know. So when I already say I'm not, I see a problem in you know.
It might not a problem, but for different reasons. Because suppose him never really collect money. Zin, him actually use him own money in the charity, but I invest. But because he's calling it a charity, he's enjoying all of the tax benefits. TAG are going to clamp him.
Which is illegal.
Yeah, and TAG are the one who are going to slap him for that.
Exactly.
Now, if it is that he's not putting his own money in there to evade taxes and by pretending he's a charity, but he's actually collecting money and investing it and using it for himself, then FID are going to clamp him. One of them have to chop off his neck. One of them must do it. And that is why you see I go to Parliament now and I try,
So RJ, before you
because one of
go.
them have to catch him.
So RJ, before you go, that means the Prime Minister would have put over $90 million a year in US in our charity.
Not 90 million dollars, 90,000, 90,000.
90,000 US, sorry, a year.
And because he's calling it a charity now, he's not paying off any growth that is occurring because he's pretending like it's a charity.
Yeah.
And TH are gonna murder him for that. Or sorry, TH are gonna slap him for that.
So more and talk you say comrade Howard and comrade something there. So my time, when no can't so aggressive. Give them chance to embarrass and say, me a beg on no. Do.
No,
Me
no,
know
sir.
so no. Me know so
No,
no all
sir.
the gelatin a go. And me know say but some my time, yeah, if you just come just calm them down and make
No
them
chance.
I second
Lick him
that.
off by bat. Lick him
No,
off
me
by
agree, no. I agree. No, I agree
chance.
because he has been respectful. And sometimes he kinda keep the life
Yeah, man.
active away where we can
Exactly.
have a discussion. Because if we just a reason amongst ourselves sometimes we just it
Well,
kinda get
Look
bored.
here.
Exactly.
Come good.
So,
Come good.
to the point,
Come
this is
good.
Mr. Blair.
We
See,
agree
sometimes
saying
we
if he
cannot
come good,
Come good.
But I know our fault making no come good. And him
make it
pick up when
Like
can manage.
first thing
Well, in go one side, make different one.
Chef, he come in that box with him bright self. What is GDP? Blah, 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 blah. So me I say yes. Yes, me I answer him yes. So right away I trap. Wait now. I trap him, you know. Boom. Yes. Alright? They start asking him the thing now. What is GDP? You know? But that's killing me, you know. Can't come in like him bright, you know. You understand, Chef? What is GDP? And then
Make
go
sure
research.
tell Howard, you know, Howard take him up, you know, so I must deal with him.
Yeah, me say, it's my time. We put in a box. Me could deal them, make them go in bars and say, if you have 100
young
people.
man come and murder. Young man come and analyze him. You know, young man analyze him and he turn fool.
Yeah, that's how we say that. That's why I'm saying to you, you can't be aggressive. She weren't aggressive. You have to put facts to him. You can't.
All right, so
brother, me not give no chance.
so gentlemen, if I may come in, I mean,
Oh,
clearly
okay.
by my comment, you would have
Yeah,
realized
you're a
my
laborer.
position.
So you're a laborer. Welcome to Alpha. Good
Well,
night.
clearly, I'm not
Let's
sure.
mute our mic and load this laborer to come into. If you're quite garbage, you'll throw you to the box.
No. Well, listen, no. But you see, garbage is relative, and if you study philosophy, then you'd
engineer still want to come back up with us.
you don't know, you would understand you would understand relativity
Oh,
at its
Shango,
micro level. So here's the question that I have to. Here's the question that I have for the panel. No, here's the question that I have for the panel. Here's the question I have for. No, I have a question for the panel, right?
I retract my statement. So just, if you have something to offer,
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, here's the question I
Yes,
have,
Mr.
for the
Cole.
panel, right?
We
Here's the
not see
question I have
person
for
we
the panel.
attack.
Here's the question I have
We
for the
not see
panel, right?
person we attack.
You know, see, me I see, man.
Mr. Cole,
Can
That's
I
one thing.
interject 1
it's
second
it's
just
a
to
Mr. Cole, it's a
inform you
weekend,
something?
and as men
Shango,
of
Mr.
substance, we're supposed to relax on
you
weekend
mute the
and
mic.
not get too emotionally entangled. But here's the
Shango,
question
mute the
that I have
mic.
for you
All right,
guys.
Shango,
hold on
Here's
now.
the
Let
question
we
that I have
set,
for
let we
hold on
set
now.
the
Here's the
ground
question that I
rules.
have for you guys, right?
Hold on
Shango,
now. Let
mute
we
the mic.
set
Set
the
the
ground
ground
rules
rule.
before you
Shango,
go.
Hold on
mute
there,
the
hold
mic.
on
Set the
there,
ground
hold
rule.
on. Everybody hold on, please. Mute for
Can
a
you
minute.
ask a question?
Well, we set the
Everybody
ground
mute
rules
for a
before him
minute,
go.
please. Everybody just mute for a second. Just mute for a second.
Can you ask a question?
Mr. Cole, what you say? You are not seeing the live? Yeah, Mr. Cole?
No,
The
man.
person who attack me not see
No,
the
show the person have a profile photo.
Oh, you not see the person. You not see.
Chef,
What?
I
You
want
see
to raise a
darkness?
point of order before him go, yeah?
No.
Please.
Yeah, me gonna see blank spot with the
Yeah, man, make it
request
stay, man.
Okay, me understand what you
and
say.
the pro.
Maybe you must figure come down and come back up.
No, man, make him stay, man. We are seeing, man. Make him stay. Listen, me, Shango, you
No,
see this?
that is it. Him not have a profile photo. Him not have a picture. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
That
That's
him
man.
not
So
okay.
have a
listen,
picture.
you the rules of the engagement just not Shango. We are got we are
The
wait
very
now. Wait.
Hold on, one at a time, please. One at a
Wait,
time.
Shango, listen me.
Mhm.
We are going to treat you with respect. We are going to
Yes,
mute
sir.
the mic. And we are going to make you ask a question. And when
Sure.
question is asked of you, if you cannot answer the question, you cannot answer. We don't want
Just
no
pass.
tell you that and tell that. All right?
Yeah, just
So
pass. We don't want it lengthy out,
the
because we
floor is
want
yours. No. The floor
everybody
is
get
yours
a
now, sir.
chance.
And I want
The
a
floor is
point
yours,
of
brother.
order as well.
But here's the thing.
Yes, we want everybody get a chance.
My
So.
my
Yeah,
One
point
at
the
a
of
floor is
time.
order
yours.
Who
is
first I go?
Just go along. Man, all over the place. You
my
know, here's
point
the
of
thing for
order
me.
is
First of all, let me say something. By the very principles, philosophical principles of democracy, it should, by virtue of just that principle, that we debate and discuss rationally, truthfully, and stick to the facts and let them guide those principles. And for those of us who understand the discipline of law and any science matter, it's crucial that you don't shift to the right or shift to the left or you miss your mark. So here's my question for you. See, based on your observation, based on what you have heard, based on the facts and truth that you have read and learned, I would like to know where in all of that you would have concluded that the prime minister could be classified outside of court of um illicit possession, right? Because
Enrichment. Illicit enrichment.
based on how I understand the law to be in Jamaica's jurisdiction,
enrichment
the court, no,
or
yeah, enrichment. The
possession.
court, the
Regal,
court
Just
is
Regal.
the
clarify.
body. Well, a second now. The
Well, under
court is the
Jamai.
body.
Regal,
Yeah.
Regal.
Uh-huh.
Get to the point and tell where and to thief the money away him carry it. Get to
No,
the
No,
no,
point.
but I'm getting.
make him come now. Wait, we're making more ask a
No,
question.
He
but
might
I'm
go
getting
around
to
it
the.
bush too much, chip. Regal,
Well, a
the
second
Prime
now, man.
Minister
Well,
have
a second.
28 account
Hold
and
on.
him
Hold
keep
on.
Asking
the
Hold on.
money
question,
like
let me ask
74
you a
million there.
question,
When
Let me
put
please.
it?
ask you a question.
Make him ask a question, please. All right, continue now, my
Yeah, all right,
general.
make it bad. All right.
Do I need a prescription to come to, when I'm making an argument? Do I need a prescription to come to you to say?
We not hear you
We're
low.
not
We
here.
not hear you low. You're low.
All right. So I'm saying, is it that if I come to have a discussion and a
No,
debate
no,
with
no, no.
you,
Talk now. You say you know where we
do I
see
need a prescription to come to you and which I should guide it by those prescriptions? I'm asking that
All
question
right,
because
hold
that
on.
would rob me of
Me
freedom.
address this
But here's
like
the
one
question. But
minute.
no, the question
Hold
is,
on,
so therefore,
Shango. Hold on, Shango.
so the
Shango, hold on.
the
Shango, hold on, please.
the
Hold on,
illicit,
please. Hold on, please.
uh-huh,
Listen, we have 9 persons
yeah,
in the box.
right,
Time is against us.
sure,
Everybody want
to make a point,
communicate with you.
sure,
So make your point
mm-hmm.
and pause for a bit. Let somebody come in, then you can come back in. That's it how we're doing it. You understand?
Reasonably enough. All right, guys. So I'll close this thing.
All right,
So
here
I
I
said,
am.
based on your observation, written or oral, what would have made you come to the conclusion that the Prime Minister was engaged in illicit enrichment?
Because him never work no
No,
way.
we
The
know
only
hard,
work
man.
him do a
Forward,
food for the poor. And him find
Hold
himself
on.
with 500 million. Give me a
We
first
just talk
chance,
about
man,
the
and me give a chance.
we
And
just
him
talk
find
about
himself with 500 million. Him never work no way. Him no born in a wealth. All he grew up in
forward.
a Spanish town road in the
Forward.
boardhouse.
Right.
Joe Richard, give me a chance to
Let
ask the
Howard
man, no man.
continue.
The man
Yeah, let
answer,
Howard
make him an
continue,
answer,
please.
my man. I him first answer,
The
make
man
him answer
find
then, my
himself
man.
with 500 million and he can't give account fee. So him thief taxpayer money.
All
And when
right.
we ask him about if he prove it, instead of prove it, him carry go court. If he ask for the same law why he make for struck out. So
All
tell
right.
me when thief the money and when put it. And that's what
Okay.
I want to hear.
All right. So did the report conclude that?
No, wait. All right, beg of this now. Beg of this now.
Yes, the
All
report
right.
concluded. The
Wait now.
report concluded saying thief it.
Where in
He
that
take out
report did it conclude
32,000 out
that?
of the charity. Him
No,
take
no,
it
no.
and
Well, a
send it
second,
and go buy
Howard,
shares.
Howard. Where in the report did it conclude that? Where section
The
of the
whole
report? Did you read
entire
the report?
report say Andrew Wellness a thief.
The entire
28
report
bank
said that.
account. In the middle of COVID, he set up 4 bogus companies where you can't find them.
Panelists,
All
and
right. Listen.
I'm talking to those, and I'm talking to you who are more
Listen. We are
intellectually
we
sophisticated,
are.
for
Hey,
want
mute your
of
mind.
a
Mute
better
your
word,
mind. Shango.
who
Shango,
are
mute your mind.
intellectually mature.
Shango.
Could you correct
Shango,
Howard
mute.
and tell Howard
Shango.
that the entire
Shango, mute
report
your
did
mind.
not conclude
Shango,
that?
mute. Hey, mute Shango, man.
Congo,
Mute
we
your mind.
stand with Howard
Mute your mind. Wait,
100%.
wait, no, man. Mute your mind. Now, listen, no, man. Listen, man. We are 155 people. Listen. Shango, listen
Yeah.
this. You ask a
Uh-huh.
question.
Yeah.
Let me answer. Maybe you answer them. There's nowhere in the report.
Right.
Nowhere in the report. Listen me good enough. Nowhere in the report say prime minister thief no money.
Okay.
There's nowhere in the report say thief no taxpayer money.
All right.
So you hear a report say now. You hear the report say the Prime Minister earnings is way above his assets is way above his earnings. What they want him to explain to the country
Yeah.
where him get the extra money that he asset so far ahead of his earnings. Over to you.
Right. Well, I
I'm
think
going
that
to
was
answer you next,
remember,
yeah?
you know, remember, you know. For those of you who understand accounts, when you make a forensic assessment of an account, it means that you go through you go through the variables and the nuances and the depth and range of it. Now,
Shango. That's like, oh, I
yeah,
get upset. Shango, listen to Shango.
yeah,
Shango, listen to me again.
sure,
That's like, oh, I get upset. Listen to me, you ask a question.
yeah,
Listen to the question we ask again.
uh-huh,
Here in the report that we read, say the
yes,
prime minister thief no money. And
right,
me and answer you say there's no in the report and thief no money.
right,
And here
but
next question me ask, listen, man, me done, man.
mhm.
There's no in the report and thief no money. But when the report say him asset is above his earnings. He need to explain how him earnings
Earn that amount.
asset
Okay,
above his
fair enough,
earnings.
fair
And
enough.
that more what you tell me. Don't tell me
Okay,
about no
all right,
accounts and
all right.
no forensic
So fair
this.
enough. So fair enough. So fair enough. But
Okay.
let me ask you a question. Have you
No
read the
ask
report?
me, no ask me. You agreed with me to say a while ago.
No. I agree with what you say
Can,
about
can I
Can I
answer
address
now?
hold
you?
on a second,
Wait,
Omar.
Mr. Cole,
Hold
wait,
on,
Mr.
I
Cole.
Mr. Cole.
agree.
Hold on.
I
Why not bring the
agree.
labor
Hold
right
on.
them over here for slow down the live?
Let
He's
me
not
tell you
slow
what
down
I
the
The
live.
agree.
anti thief to well for money and Ghana, India, and Ghana
Let me
hide.
tell you.
We
Let me
have
tell you. Let me tell you. No, but
159.
hold a
Since
second,
income,
Omar.
we reach 159 people from 120. Listen what
We
me
don't
ask.
Yes.
want no views from
Me,
him.
Let me tell
And
you
just
what
them
I
thief the
agree
whole
with.
of money. Them
Let me
when they
tell you
thief the
what I
whole of
agree with.
taxpayer money.
Let me tell you
When
what I
come and
agree with.
explain when come by
Can,
it.
All
You
right,
have
all
the
right,
right guy over
Shango.
Let me
here
tell you
slow
what
down
I
the
agree.
thing.
all
No,
right,
let me
calm
tell you
down.
what I
Shango,
agree with.
Shango, hold on.
can I
Hold on,
answer him,
everybody. Hold
please?
on, Mr. Cole.
Can
Let me
I
tell you
Shango.
what I
answer?
agree
Hold
with.
on, Mr. Cole. Mr. Cole, hold on. Shango, the rule
Yes, sir.
over here, though, we are entertaining you. You need to register your appreciation. Please stop up the live, Shango.
Oh, sure, man. No problem, man. There you go.
No, listen, me ask Shango a question. I wait the man, because he wait the man more. Shango, you agreed me assessment and me make a while ago.
No. Hold on. I
Good
Me
night,
agree.
ask
Hold
Gary.
a second. No. Hold on. No.
you are me read it again. That's okay. I
No.
understand. Listen
Hold
me.
on, no, man. Hold
Wait, no,
on. No.
Shango,
Hold on.
Shango,
No. Hold
Shango,
on. No.
Shango. You know, so
I
me I try
ask
calm,
you a
me I try
question.
calm, but you know me
Mute
calm.
Shango, please.
Hold on. No. I ask you a
Mute
question.
Shango, please.
Shango, but
And
you don't answer my question. It's Shango, you ask me, me answer your question. You're growing the corner. Shango, listen to it again. There's no way in the report say the prime that thief the money. And that's the question we ask.
right.
No, when
And
listen to me.
I agree with that.
Wait, no man. Yeah, you agree that. But you don't agree with me, say, in asset, in earnings. Computing in asset is way above its earnings. Where that come from? Why is that? Why? Why that one? What we might make the answer? Mute your mic and answer that we ask. The question is we are true type box. Garbage chat.
All right, let me get a question out time as well.
We make
But
the
hold a
answer.
second. No. So the question I'm asking you, see,
Me ask, no
No,
listen me
you
man.
come
You
for
ask me a
answer
question, me
question, big
answer.
man.
You
answer
get
the
Ask too
you
much
question.
agree with me
garbage.
assessment. You agree with me assessment?
But hold on. Him give me a two-part thing. You know. Him tell me say him agree say it's not in the report. But the part of the proportion of the report question where him get him wealth outside of him earnings. And
And
I'm
that
saying,
means
and I'm
answer that
asking,
now.
so I'm asking the question: where in the report did it state that?
Jesus. Throw them on a tie box, man. Can't bother them
All
on
right,
ninja.
hold on. Me I go organize the
Comrade,
live
let's
right
hear
now.
about it.
Because
Yo, Richard.
we
Yo,
can't
Richard.
understand what
Yo,
go on.
Richard. Comrade.
Hold on.
Yo,
Hold on,
Richard.
Mr. Cole.
Me want to
Because
ask
it's
him
a
a
simple
question. You alone
question.
can ask him.
Hold on, Mr. Cole.
Mr.
It's a
Cole.
simple question, Shango.
Mr. Cole.
The simple question. You can answer the question just straightforward. Me tell you, say a lot of people up on the live want to talk to you and we are entertain you. So please just answer a question and not lengthy out the argument by asking the next question first before you ask the question. Answer the question and then you ask what you want to
Okay.
ask.
So there was
Shango.
what you said. No,
Shango.
what you stated about
Shango.
it. Well, no. What you stated about what was in the report about
Mr. Cole, hold on there.
his earnings outside of his excess earnings was not in the report.
Shango, may I ask you one question? I'm why you answer me. You know, hold on, comrade. May I ask you?
Shango, the report say the Prime Minister's earnings his assets is way above his earnings. That's what the report start out by saying. You know,
Disproportionate to his
it's
earnings.
proportional to
His
his
asset
earnings.
is disproportionate to
Proportional
his
to his assets.
earnings.
What that mean?
Right, and that is not abnormal.
Hey, show the money
All
back,
right.
Sam, and yeah, me done,
Well, I
fella.
know. Well, I know. The report said the Prime Minister thief $474 million and can't give account fee. And him never work no way, and him no born no wealth, and him no win the lotto. I won't get it.
Him say so time out too. He say no ban with
Yes,
no
Yeah,
wealth.
Mr.
Liberal,
Shango,
they are wicked, they are.
it's not
Shango,
abnormal, but what we're
come
asking,
here.
hold on, no.
Shango,
It's
I
not
want to ask you one
abnormal,
question.
but what we're asking the
Come
Prime
out, man.
Minister
I'm
to
going to
do
the
is to
Orthodox skirt.
prove how him get there. So it's not abnormal, fine, but prove how you get there. That is what you owe the Jamaican people. And we didn't want to answer him how we reach to the conclusion of the Prime Minister stealing, you know.
Well, me I try
We,
entertain the
I
labor right
really
there.
In
Ja,
want
gone
to prove.
already?
Jamites,
In gone
Jamites,
already?
Yeah,
Jamites,
do money
it
back.
is abnormal. It is abnormal. We can't explain how your wealth rise so fast over the 3 year period. It
Not
is
again,
abnormal.
guys.
No,
Look at the
that's why
basic
I'm
school. You
saying
see
to
me now?
you
I
that is
want
the
basic
Prime
school question.
Minister
Not more
supposed
again.
to
I want
prove it.
basic school question. Me ask
Come
more
here.
about basic
Come
school
here.
question.
Come here. Beg a second.
Again, guys.
Beg a second, see?
Me that.
You see, all I labor them, when me hear talk, they not different from the Prime Minister, no. Because if you accuse, well, I know, if you accuse now community, say you're a thief, see? And then you get arrested and you pay somebody for burning a courthouse. What that say?
Yeah, sure.
That means you're guilty, not true. I got a court, don't.
Yes, sir.
Guilty.
No,
But
but
again,
the simple question where you are asked still, you know, me can't understand with labor, right? It is so simple. If you have a 4-year-old son or a 5-year-old son and you're saying come home with a portion of money, you know him no work no way. You understand? You're not going to question how he come by the money as a parent.
Exactly, because you don't want a problem to come to you. You don't want a problem to come to your yard.
Chef, what I ask
Yeah.
you to do, the next time, hold on, Chef, just a second. The next time I'm asking you to do this, if somebody come up and they're asking a question, direct who is supposed to answer the question. Let's give them 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then somebody else. Because yes, we have points. Write them down because I wrote down my points, you know, just to educate him why we come to this conclusion. And him talk about garbage is relevant. And yeah, it's relative. Yes, it's relative, just like facts. It's
Yes.
perspective they're coming from, and we know these things. So when they come with them little foolishness, all we do is jot it down and we speak directly to them. When they're answering a question, they don't answer a question. What they do is to ask another question,
Why
just to
argument back?
confuse people about
Because
what is going on. But what we need to do when we have one person speaking, we ask that if you see him try answer the question and I ask question, pause him.
But
Mute
Jamaica
him
just a
and
while
then
ago,
tell
you only
himself
have
to
one
talk
person.
about the question.
Jamaica, a while ago, me ask him and everybody mute their mic. Simple question. Hear the question me asking. Me tell him, say, there's no way in I report to the Prime Minister thief no money. There's no way in I report say, man, it said he got no money. But here the report said, your asset exceed your earnings. All the IC1 or does the Prime Minister, you know, and this don't sleep right them, you know. Just tell me where you get the extra money. Your father, where your mother never give you.
Well, I know you. I want to keep. Why so much labor right over here?
No, but me then come and walk when I come.
Well, I know. Much not keep.
Education class. Then come educational
No.
class. So we can't run
Why?
them.
Me never see that, me say it.
Because we have an educational class. Why you
Basically, what they are no award, what you expect?
Then look, hey, let me tell you, I shame, you know. And they don't know what to do, so they're mad out. So it's like when you lick down all house, you see chick, you see roach, you see everything I run all bout. So then run come, them get back up, and then this is the reason why them get fooled or them get the fool them get to learn something when them come over here. So we have to be strategic about talk to them.
We don't rush him aggressive. Me calm down.
Tap up the live, my labor friends.
And we know, I make ask him calmly. And all him after he agrees, he said nothing, and I report a Prime Minister thief money. You know what answer to that. Boy, me I tell you, trust me. Me feel like me have stress. Me I go beat. Me I
The engineer,
How much
the
my little time
engineer
again,
is
you know?
dedicated or might get paid well.
Most my little
Trust
time we
me.
put in my little
I
thing
man
and
that
run.
spell.
But no, nah, give me long, you know. So get me little time and run. All right. I want let the labor right remember say the Prime Minister say I feel in private money and private life. Let me tell you something. For your Prime Minister, for your hope they say you know private again, brother. That's why you see a man set up the body to investigate you know. Me private, but you know private. I want you to remember that. So nothing private for you. And when you come in and say you sign up, say you have $100, brother. And you say you have $1,000. And they say, all right, you have $1,000, all right then. And 88 times, you have 120,000. They might be find out where you get the money from because when they check up your money where you work, where you're supposed to get with the 8 year. It far exceed that. And you set up the body, you know. And on me, you will set up here and say, boy, right now, you're thing, you know. This will check you out, you know. That you're big and bold. Me not private again. My life not private. You know, see it. Me private, Howard private, all of you private, but you not private, brother. You have your abide by where you set up and know there's people might ask you the question. You can't find out where you can't tell where the money come from, excess money, and all the money come from. All you are digging them and ask you, you run, and we big talk, where the money come from. And no, you that's the problem, you know. Where the money come from, brother. And you can't tell it you know private. Remember you know private, you know. And you say, when you come in, you just start pay off your student loan. After you come back and say you have 40 million. If you have 40 million, it still can't add up too much you have now. So where you come from? That's all.
But
Look
Sydney,
how long the people
Sydney,
ask you. And you can't talk
Sydney,
it all now.
Sydney, you know,
You have
me
to
realize,
for yourself.
me realize what this Labour Party are do, the damage what this Labour Party are do to Jamaica right now. Eh? Them are frame younger people in mind, you know, that for make them feel say. That's why the police and then the people in the street, you know. Because as long as you have authority, you can abuse power.
Yeah.
And you
Brother,
know supposed to go so.
Brother, if you chop, so you chop. And it done long time. Boy, me chop it, you know. Me chop some money and it done. And me come out of the premises because me chop, brother. And it done.
Mike,
We are
let me just say one something there.
Where the money
Sydney.
come from, that's how them ask you. Where it come from?
Sydney.
Yes, are you private? You're not private, brother. You sign up,
Sydney.
say not go private. So how you come private
Sydney.
now? Because they check you.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Yeah, man.
34,000 US dollar
Yes.
from the charity go to NCB. When the Integrity Commission asks him in a year 1, he say fee money. Year 2, he say fee money. Year 3, he say fee money. Year 4, he say fee money. When them find out say no fee money, I try put it back and say bank
Put it
let me
back.
see.
You know,
Liar and thief. Liar.
So how the hell you want to tell me say no people be ease up off of you and if you not call your thief? How come if you not call your thief? Tell me now.
It was still a send request in Howard.
Yeah,
Tell me
man.
the reason why we not fi call your thief.
We're not Sydney, listen, me say all of that we have a cool talk about. He can't beat that. He can't beat that during the
We don't want no
investigation.
more labor
Why
right
am I
over
gonna
here.
beat it?
For that's all them a do.
Let me tell you
Come
now.
over here for slow down
Yes, of course
the
they can
beating
beat
of the
that.
Prime Minister. We don't
Why
want
am I
no
gonna beat it? Hold on there. You to the Prime Minister. Beat him and
Let me
me.
tell you, man. Let me tell you why, no, man. Cause listen me not good for me done now. Cause I love jump and not listen. Class candidate when can be. You see,
No,
this way-
candidate. Tell me the class. No say class
Wait, no, man.
candidate. You tell me the
Let me
class and
finish.
you jump up.
Let
Hold
me
on, man.
finish.
Hold on. You jump up to
Let
the
me
bigger
finish.
one. Not tell me
Listen,
the
I tell you.
candidate.
Let me
Tell me
finish.
what did it.
Let me finish. Listen when can beat.
Yeah.
In earnings his asset is above his earnings. They can't beat that. At that they want. They're busy with the 30,000 and take out of that, and then much money take out. They want to know why your earnings cannot catch up to your asset. That they want no. He can't beat that. And that alone they want to improve. He can prove say
Brother, all the man them a mute me, brother, when for me little time to talk. I want you sit on me sit down and me listen. All every time me
hey,
talk,
come on, Sydney,
mute.
this shows that
Uncle Cindy, Uncle Cindy, you quarrel too much on the live, you know, man. Just relax, now, man.
It's an educational life. People want to learn. So that's
Everybody mute.
Yes. What we want to say, listen when me
But
don't talk.
when I talk, so this man jump in on me thing and know you mute.
Cindy, this is not a chat show. Cindy want to educate people.
Man, you pick beard your mouth, man, and tap lick down people.
So listen, me don't tell you once when me I say no, man. I'm saying to you the fact what we want to say, and you even say it too. You say it too, you know. We want to know where you get the extra money. That's all, you know. So you know, if you go on it and talk, put in two labor in yourself, then we talk, I want to take them and ask them question. Or we just find the next topic. May I tell you that may I say?
Because we don't want two labor right up here. If you put down one at a time.
Yeah. Take up one because make no sense in the box acquire against one another. So we have one labor right in our box.
And make a person come and then come with them facts and we ask them question one.
But when the labor time,
all right, supposed to quarrel. They're asking the question. Hold on 1 second. When they're asking the question, though, I asked that chef. You bring back the recycle labor answer them and give them a little bit of time. Yeah. And when they're answering the question as well, if they're not answering and asking question, mute them. And
may I give them at least 30 seconds or 60 minutes to answer the question?
No,
and if you go outside of that, please, may I go mute you and you stay mute until me unmute you. Everybody on the live need to say something. We don't need nobody on the live a quarrel and we have this. Everybody are big people, you know.
But sometimes we have a statement. We need to
operate like.
We need to
no matter statement, we can't always have to educate people and we are quarrel. That don't make no sense.
No sense.
We know that's how we say. Listen me. Well, we know me say we have a statement and we answer the question. If you ask my question, ask them a question. We need a statement thing. Question up front. Boom, bam.
If you get a question, you answer a question.
And we
60 minutes, 30 seconds. Once I answer a question, we don't mean ask the next question. If you ask a question, you direct a question to the panel.
Yes.
Each person answer you. Me no want you.
Never search the live, Chef, and find out. It's not labor live now, go on. Why is so much labor right over here?
Because they come to class. Oh, you know, so that pro to them come to class. Oh, what else? They come to class.
But them not let you up in them box, you know. So they can't hear you, you know.
Chef, me can't talk now.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Everybody mute. Everybody just mute for a second. We invite back engineering at the box. So it's only fair that we make engineer go first. Right? If everybody agree, just say yes.
Go first.
All right. So engineer, you have the floor.
All right, thanks again.
You have 2 minutes.
Let me tap up the line.
All right, please and thanks. And you have 2 minutes.
All right, cool. No problem. No, listen. You see, if anybody get up and say them don't believe in the numbers from starting and thing, we can't have a conversation at that point in time. We just have to just leave on to that. See? We never questioned the numbers before in the past. I don't know how we questioning it today. All right? Jamaica.
No, hold on, you ask me a question. I don't believe in the police number and starting number because they play with it to make the government look good. So, Chef,
did you believe it? Did you believe it?
No.
Did you believe in the numbers in 2014? Did you believe in the police numbers in 2014 that showed that there was a decrease in murders when Peter Bunting was a national security minister?
Yes, that's a true number. Yes, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so you believed in the police numbers then, but you don't believe in it now.
No.
I'ma move on.
I have 2 minutes, you know. Come on, people. Come on.
Yeah, you call my name. Continue on me.
Yeah, man. Jamaica. You mentioned unemployment the last time you spoke. We cannot pay what people pay in the United States. So when I mention these figures, I don't want to tell me what some low-income worker, some minimum wage worker earns in the US because they earn way more than we do. But in 2016 or 2006 rather, the unemployment rate wage was what? Something like 44 US dollars per week. Today,
Somebody, sorry,
I mean minimum
engineer.
wage.
Just a minute, engineer.
Sure,
Somebody
no
lend me
problem.
a box. Make me take up Brad, please.
Take my box. Take my box.
Who that, Leo?
Yeah, man. Take my box.
Okay.
All right, we can go on.
Yeah, go on.
I'm writing down your information
Minimum wage
to
was
respond to
44
you, yeah?
US dollars per week. Today, minimum wage is 95 US dollars per week. There is absolutely no doubt that the growth in wages have outstripped the growth in inflation. But you just don't want to believe it. You mentioned some stuff about the Integrity Commission. The commissioners of the Integrity Commission are not the investigators in the Integrity Commission.
You 2 minutes, don't make it answer you and you're gone away.
No problem.
Yeah. Go on now, John Miles.
All right, thank you. You spoke about the minimum wage in 2016 being 45 USD and now it is 95 USD. Is that correct, sir?
2006.
2006. I stand corrected. Thank you. All right. So what I will ask you, what is the spending power? Right? In 2006 with 45 USD, what could the average Jamaican get at this time? Would that be value for money comparing to now $95? Right? What can a Jamaican afford with $15,000 per week? First thing, are you living in Jamaica? Do you know? Are you living in Jamaica?
Jamaica. I live in Jamaica.
All
I
right,
live
stop
and
now.
work in Montego.
Stop now. Yeah, thank you. You're living in Jamaica. And if you feel like $15,000 will suffice to the needs of the Jamaican people on a weekly basis, you're crazy and you're wicked to even suggest that. Right? So, yes, numbers can be manipulated. And you said that you won't argue with anybody that don't believe that the census is right. The census is not completed, Mr. Man. Then how can you view something that is incomplete as complete and then take information from there to run with? Has the census been completed?
No, Jamaica.
No, engineer, let Jamaica finish and let's him ask you to answer the question.
But chef,
hold on, engineer. Hold on. We are not engineer. 2 minutes.
You'll get a chance.
2 minutes. And let Jamaica ask you to come in.
Yes.
We want to keep it like that.
So we put that to bed. Something that is incomplete, we won't speak about it. Yeah? So that your point is null and void. When we talk about the comparing of 2006 versus 2024, you're being crazy when you say stuff like that. Ask the average Jamaican if they're living better today than then.
With
right?
$15,000.
We're talking about the impact. We're not talking about the figure, because you're not managing figures and robots. You're managing lives of Jamaican people who have been trying out, who have been working and saying that they are choosing which child to send to school in 2024, right? So that is what I'm talking about when I compare both of them, the impact, not the numbers.
All right, Jamaica. All right.
Hold on. Everybody mute.
Run a thing, chef. Run a thing.
Everybody mute. Everybody. Please.
Yes.
Please. All right, Jamaica, finish.
Met Dean or Cash. Anybody want to ask someone to on the same minimum wage thing? We're not left minimum wage thing. So
may I come down to Cash?
Yeah, minimum wage.
Take note, engineer, because may I go make everybody go on. So take note. You understand? So you can reply.
Yeah, man. I'm cool with that.
Now when we give the floor again,
Go to the next person. Me go after the next person.
All right. Go on, Uncle Cindy. When
All right.
when me give you the floor again, you're gonna get the chance. You're gonna get probably 8 minutes. You're gonna get the chance to answer everybody. So take notes. Go on, Uncle Cindy.
You say me. Yes, so as a layman, me always talk a layman now because some of the figures them there, so me say me no believe starting and me no believe what them a go at. Me I see what go on pan the ground. Because when me take and me look, you know, me go in a bank and me see 8 teller, which part 8 teller for work, 1 to 8. And a long line, how much long line. And when me look, me see 3 or 4 teller work and long line did it. That means say unemployment and the people them are employ less people, brother. Because me always see them tell her they almost 1, 7 a work or 6 a work. And the rest are no young glassy 3. So what you tell me say more people are employed now? Right? If you go in the tax office, I see same thing again. Me always 3 or 4 tell her. Now a 1 me I see a long line is there. If you go to KFC, I see same thing again. Less server. So me don't know which part of earth them a come show me now and tell me, say, boy, say you have unemployment, this unemployment, that. I lie them a tell, man. And we must start the truth. You must say, boy, right now, the figures are show that and figures, you see what go on in your country, brother. Man can write anything, you know, brother, but what you actually see, and go on and that you have to talk about, brother. You can't talk about man I come tell you now, say, boy, right now, you think you know. Unemployment is this and more people employ and cost of living is this and cost of living is that. Oh, the hell economy are run good and you buy 1 pulp of toothpaste for $20. You can't buy a whole of toothpaste. You come out now clean, I know, and I me sit downtown and me talk people and say I lie me I tell. And you come out now clean, come out now clean and show you say sit there. And then cut the blue bomber soap in two. So the hell you tell me say economy are run good, brother? Eh? You come back again, you get $15,000. All right, you have 2 children. Them a go to school. Right? You know, say, how much for the week for them go to school? $1,000. Right? And how much, yeah, man. What if a man understand when I talk to man? When you don't pay for 2 people to go to school, you know, man. How tight you must have something like, must around $7,000 or $8,000 left, you know, how tight you don't pay school, pay the lunch money and food, you know. Food no start by yet, you know. You know, see it. The teacher them must say people come to school hungry. No school feeding program hardly there again. No go to school and me say you get some lunch and get some something. They're hungry. They can't learn, brother. That's how we actually see. Now, don't tell me no figures what the people are right. I want me actually see. See? If you come to the police figure now about crime is done, what they start put it on radio now? And start give you the figures now because them are hide it. And now if you come tell me now, say crime gone down because it's too much for them, so them shame, so they're hiding now. That's the reason why you're hiding.
Time, Uncle Sydney.
All right, sir.
Go back up.
Dion. Cash, you want to go now? You want to go now?
Go on to Dion, come here.
Okay, all right. When you're ready, maybe just go right round.
Dean no.
Dean?
Boy. Yeah, man, but there, boy, I don't know what to say, but everything comes down to the fact that they don't live the reality of the people. And I keep saying it over and over. If unelected bureaucrats and politicians are paid above inflation, they will not understand the reality of the people. Nigel don't live the reality of the people because he don't in the streets like a lot of us. They don't know what a basic food basket is.
Paula Sadler, good night.
They don't know what you can do with 15,000.
Good night, Miss Thompson.
So they don't really live the reality. As for the numbers, I would say the numbers, in my opinion, the numbers are not accurate because it's the reality of the people on the ground is what you really use to measure the success of a country. You understand? Numbers are important and numbers are skewed all the time to make governments look good. Yes, the gentleman made an important point about believing the numbers then and believing the numbers now. If you look at the crime situation, you can know the numbers are skewed because the reality out there says something different to the numbers that the JCF is putting
All right, Dean.
And
Dean, listen to me.
your time,
Can
Mitchell.
I send a
Not my
request,
time yet. All right, no
Jam
problem.
Juice?
Go on, do your
Uncle
thing. Go on,
Sidney,
do your
lend me
thing.
your box 1 minute, please.
You done, Dean? Dean, you done?
Yeah,
All
Uncle
right, yeah,
Sidney.
man. All right, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
All right, Dean done?
If Dean don't give me a quick time.
All
You
right, go
man, I
on,
can't.
Cash. Go on, Cash.
Yeah,
Go on,
so
Cash.
as the person before me that just spoke was saying, it's all fine and dandy to quote numbers and make it seem as if oh it's all good
Send a
and it's all
request,
well
Jam
at the
Juice.
government's end. But if it's the people, if it's not reflecting on the people, then it really makes no sense. And then people are going to say that the government is manipulating the data because what they're telling us on TV and what they're feeling in reality is two different things. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with data analytics, but one of the first things they tell you about when you're analyzing data is to ensure that you remove any form of bias, especially personal bias. And it's easy to put your own little personal feeling or thinking into the data to make it seem as if it's working in your favor. But once there's any form of bias, the data is total trash. Total trash. And we're seeing it. The government is manipulating the data to make themselves look good on paper, but the people are not feeling all these grand things that the data is telling us. It doesn't make any sense.
All right.
All
My,
right.
go
All
check the
right.
brat.
So,
My
So I
brat.
can respond now.
Leave me an auto type. My brat time now.
Brad, and then we go to your engineer
No,
before
we
we
go
go
to
to
Paul.
you.
No, we go to Paula then engineer. Brat, your time, brat.
Listen, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Brad.
All right. My question is for the engineer. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, man, we are here. We are here.
All right. I came in at the part where I came in when he said that the is growing. The question that I want to ask you is for the economy to slide by at 0.1%. Is that a positive growth?
DJ, now open your mic answer because she want a conversation with you. Yeah.
The brat. When I said the economy is growing, I said from 2016 till now, the economy has grown. Nobody can question that. If you just want to look,
She's on it.
you gone? What happened?
All right. Mute your mic. Make Comrade Paula.
All right,
Go.
no
Comrade
problem, no
Paula.
problem.
Mute. Come Paula. Comrade Paula, your time. Till Brad come back.
Night, everyone.
Good
Night,
night,
night.
Sadra.
All right. So, I don't know what the topic of
No,
discussion is.
you might talk about first. You might talk about minimum wage from 2016. You can't argue about 2016 till now minimum wage. So
Yeah, but
him better
the most
know about
current thing
2016.
the most current thing that we were just talking about is where the data that the government is showing is not all the grand things they're showing in the data is not reflecting with the people. And also Howard was saying he does not believe in the data because the government is
I
manipulating
am with Howard with that because what is happening on the ground and what is being portrayed by them so-called data is just not matching up.
And you're a mother. You live in
Another
Jamaica.
person, oh
Okay,
Lord,
you're a
I
mother.
don't
Yeah.
even bother
Yeah.
even want to talk about that part and how
Talk about the minimum wage.
I
The minimum wage.
consider that I'm in a pretty good job. It could have been better, but I am working. And I can honestly say that if it wasn't for my partner, someone want to be like a Beyonce and float, oh, I am so independent. if it wasn't for somebody having my back every time at the end of the month when my bills are to be paid, I would be floating on thin ice. Let me just state that categorical. My house is paid for, so I don't pay mortgage. I pay light, water, and internet, and I buy food. In my household, it's me and my 23-year-old son. I work Monday to Fridays. I leave home at 7, between quarter to 7, 7 in the morning to get to work for 8:30. So I am not at home. I try to plug out as much as I can, which I'm being told by my electrician may not be a good course of action to take. It would be easier to put things on surge protectors to mitigate the flow of current. I have done that.
Yeah, I'll
And
earn timers, like on timer switch.
I keep getting a light bill for $40,000, right? So majority of the days I am not at home. I get home at around 5:36, right? I get home at that time. I don't cook every day, but most time I come home, I do my little political work, or I wrote a novel. I'm trying to do the part 3 for that novel. Part 2. So I'm on my computer and I have on my phone. No. After I get paid every month, I usually squirrel away a little money and put on my cat market. I have not done that since 2020 because I keep getting, when I pay my bills, what I have left, I can't put on cat market because I can't leave myself empty. So that little fund that I used to squirrel away, it can't squirrel away again because it has to be now put into paying bills, the same bloody bills that is costing me more. I have cut back on groceries. I have cut back. Me not go on like my height. Me have to cut back on my grocery. Me stop go price smart. I start find a little wholesale them and turn up at the back and ball out to serve. I never used to do that. I have to I have to revert and start doing that because I can't afford a price mart anymore. And I still have the same job. I got a 15% increase the other day, which a tax, it got right back in a tax because I have reached the point in there now that I'm over in the threshold, so it's more tax have come out. So I'm right back to where I'm starting from.
All right. Stick up in a minute, Sadler. I don't want to compile too much on him one time. So let Brad come back in and then he can answer some of these questions. Because he's supposed to be taking notes.
Again, bro. That make him open mind. DJ, open mind. We can young lady have a candle.
Yeah, no problem. Go and talk.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I got a call, so my apologies. All right, so the question that I had asked you before was about the 0.1 growth of the economy, and I asked you if that is something positive for our economy. You were about to answer, and then the call came in. Could you please go ahead?
All right, cool, no problem. So Brad, remember, we're comparing 2016 to now. Between 2016 to now, that's what? About 8 years, 4 8, 32. That's 32 quarters. For you to take out 1 quarter and then try to decide whether or not the country grow or not is not the way that we normally do it. Okay? That's number one. There's absolutely no doubt. I think even RJ88 was in here. He could not come out and say that the GDP has not grown. All right? He can question the areas in which it's growing. But there's no doubt that the country has grown. None. Now, let me address.
All right, I'm going to say this to you. For the quarter, for 2016 to 2019, 2015, we had a previous. The Jamaica Labour Party was not the government at that time. So
Dean, let
I'm
me
going
have
to
back
say
1
to you,
second, Dean, please.
so I'm going to say to you, for that period, the Jamaica Labour Party would have been, they basically would have been riding the high waves from the People's National Party hard work from within that time period. So 2020 to 2024, we have seen a 0.1% growth in the economy. And that is not good.
No, repeat
That
that. Repeat
cannot
that.
be good. Hold
No,
on, I'm
no,
not finished.
repeat
I'm
that.
not finished. I'm not finished.
Brat, nobody's stopping
Furthermore,
you. Brat, I'm not stopping you. I'm asking you to repeat the figure.
oh, I'm sorry. No, I said in 2016, because the Jamaica Labour Party would have come into power in 2016. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm suggesting to you is the Jamaica Labour Party in 2016 to the period of 2019, they would have been riding on the momentum that they picked up from the People's National Party from that period. But when it came on to 2020 to present time now, 2024, is where they had the wheels all to themselves. And we are seeing a 0.1% growth in the economy. Now, to compound that problem, the US dollar is at $159. And that is problematic. Why is it problematic for the economy? For persons who drive, we all know that the US dollar going up, it affects us when we go to the pump, meaning to purchase gas. For persons who have small tanks and for the persons who have bigger tanks, it is a headache for us. The toll, one of the toll is at $570, and that is one way. And let us assume that we only have to make 2 trips, one way out, one way in. And for the entire week, out of the $15,000, that is $6,840. What is left for the household? So that cannot be a positive growth for our economy. In nowhere, shape, or form. There is no way that $15,000 minimum wage is sufficient after $6,840 comes out of it. How do you survive on that afterward? And you have a small child that you have to send to school.
All right, stick up in, Brad. Time, Brad. Stick up in, stick up in,
Wait, you can
there for
clarify
a sec.
something and
Hold
come
on,
back, please.
RJ. Stick up in for a second. I am going to do something unusual before I let engineer comes in. Now I am going to rename my panel. Sorry, sorry about that. RJ is now the finance minister over here.
No,
And the finance minister, and me a name you know, RJ. It's not if or but you have to take the name, you know. When you are over here, that is your name. So I don't know if you want to change it on your profile, but you are going to be the finance minister. But you're going to keep your name council. You understand? You, Richard, is going to be the historian over here. So I don't know if you want to change your name to that. Now, we all know Howard is going to be the supreme lecturer when it comes to education. So we want to keep the live active. Cash, Sadler, don't worry. Another time I might find a position for you. For now, you're junior ministers. So,
Yeah, we're in the Senate. We're in the Senate.
pardon me?
We're in the Senate.
All right. Yes, you guys are in the Senate for now. So listen me now. Listen me now. Listen me now. Engineer. Make sure you have your notes because I'm going to give you enough time to respond to these people before I bring in back Cash and Sadler and Atabal, or even you and Howard.
But
So
RJ,
please
RJ,
No,
keep
clarify.
it.
so chef, I can't respond to Brett.
Yes, you can respond to everybody now.
But no,
Okay,
but
so
no, but RJ, I will clarify something. RJ, clarify something first. Please. Go on, RJ.
Okay, go ahead, RJ.
Give me a sec. May I order something for my wife?
Oh, all right. Go ahead, engineer.
Brett, I like to be fair when criticizing the government or not. I think it's very, very unfair to say you want to ignore what happened between 2016 and 2019. See?
Hold on, Atabal, please hold on. Hold on, Atabal, please. Don't interrupt anybody. Just wait until I come round to you.
But at the same point in time, Brett, you want to pick it up from just before COVID and then assess the government across that. I mean, COVID that led to a fallout of over almost 10% in the economy. That was not the fault of the government. That was a global epidemic. We saw what happened out after that in terms of supply chain issues and inflation issues. And you want to put that and say, oh, see, the government was unable to grow the economy across COVID. That's totally unfair. Totally unfair. The bottom line remains, however, that in 2026, unemployment was in 2016, unemployment was 13.7%. Today, it is 4.2%. But I listen to nobody who tell me about they waiting until census finish before they listen to statin. Because in 2010 and in 2009 and in 2008, nobody cared that the last census was in 2001. All right? So I'm not buying that argument. Everybody took the data from statin. All right? In 2016, people were being paid $53 per week for minimum wage, which was just a bit higher than the $44 per week that they got in 2006. Now, today, they are getting $95 per week for minimum wage. All right?
Point of correction, though, engineer. Point of correction, though. You said the last census was done in 2001 when they were reporting in 2010. But remember that, just after we take government would have done census in 2011.
No. Chef, what I'm saying is, back in 2009 and in 2010, the people were complaining about unemployment and they were using the data from statin. Nobody made up this and the last census was back in 2001.
The engineer, let me tell you something. Every 10 years, listen me again, let me say it again. I'll do it as calm as possible. When we talk about that, every 10 years, we do a census.
Yeah.
From 2001 to 2011. That are
Mr.
10 years.
Richards, hold on, leave it alone, because I'm very happy that he touched on the census.
Okay, all right, cool. All right.
There was a question that I want to ask him, so please don't ruin it for me. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right.
Thank you very much. I'm not buying no argument that you're not listening to statin until census come in. Nobody said that in 2009. I'm not buying that argument. Zin, I've already touched on the unemployment and the change in unemployment. I've already touched on the change in minimum wage. But let us look at a graduate trained teacher, because people say I don't talk to people on the ground. I talk to teachers, I talk to policemen. They both tell me that the increases that they have got is good, is substantial, and they can see it. All right? A graduate trained teacher, from what they earned in 2016 to today, is an increase of 112%. Now, how can you get up and tell me that no?
With the loss of allowances at that part, they have lost allowances at that part.
RJ, please share with me the point you're making. Please share with me. No, RJ, better yet, RJ. Tell me the difference, the increase in wages from 2016 to to today?
Hold on, RJ. 1 minute.
Hold
One,
on.
1 minute, please.
My man, Sam.
Okay.
Chief, I don't know you know understand, but I gotta say it slow, right?
Very, very
Count the
slow.
words. Count the words. There's an increase in monetary supply. There's more money on the market, and there's more things that have the effect of making it look like there's more money on the market, like increasing wages. See? However, inflation and price increase have outpaced the rate of increase in money. Additionally,
No, that is untrue.
hold on.
No, I just gave you the
Hold on,
cumulative
let me
impact.
talk now. Let me
Go on,
talk.
talk.
Let me
Give me your
talk.
figures. Give me your figures.
See?
Don't say it has outpaced. Give me your figures. I'm giving you my figures.
Statista, which is international, not starting up the road, project our inflation to be at least 7%. So it's not no 4%, like what Andrew and them telling you. You understand what I'm saying? So inflation and price increase is going up.
Again,
What
is the cumulative inflation?
Ah, jeez. Boss, let me talk. Cause my wife may go find her. Actually, you call my name and I come back up in it. Your purchasing power of your money is significantly reduced. Everybody can tell you that. Every international economist can tell you that.
Let me hear the number. Let me hear the number. Let me hear your
I
number.
just told you that Statista project inflation to pass 7% by the end of this year. We're busy about starting up the road for. When we had people that dead in a COVID, they underreported. This is not a story. This is what me know. When people are dead in a COVID, they underreported numbers because they make tourism look too bad.
I want your numbers.
I'm
giving you my numbers.
The engineer,
Statista, 7% minimum by the end of this year. It's not 4% inflation. Inflation is almost double
so
what
you're
they're
comparing
reporting.
7% to 100%. You're a joker. You compare 7% of inflation versus wages jumping by 100%. No, you're joking this thing out. Hey, chef, get a better.
Hold on. Everybody, hold on a minute. Everybody.
Hold on, no, let me explain something. Come in and think him understand what inflation is.
Get a better finance minister.
Inflation on the global market. Looking at Jamaica, they're reporting double the figure of what Jamaica is reporting locally. It means your money have half the purchasing power of what them are telling locally. That's what it means. So what you're hearing from them is crap. Me dead, I see people are dead and watch them underreport the figures because it's going to affect tourism. When am they supposed to build back Cornwall because people are dead? Them never do it because them say if them lock the hospital with their Montego Bay, it affect tourism. It make people dead. No, but these guys are pretending like so them don't know so the government fudge figures all the while. And I things when I know I tell you the people I'm analyze in front of you.
So
and
RJ,
underreported.
No, sir, RJ, did the PNP fudge the figures when they were in power?
What about your government? Your minister?
RJ, just calm down. Were the figures being fudged when the PNP was in power?
The engineer, me want to one question.
What is today's inflation rate? What is the inflation rate today? And what was 2016? What was 2016 to today? You can mute the mic, man. Unmute the mic and answer. Go Google it. Go and Google it. Make him all Google it when he come. You soon come.
People, follow a message. Right? International sources will tell you that inflation in Jamaica is set to be at least 7% by the end of the year.
But it's 6.4%
no local source that is telling you 4% is correct. None of them.
It is
None of them correct.
RJ, it is 6.4%.
Whoa. RJ, who said inflation was 4%?
It is 6.4 today.
No, wait. RJ, where did you get this figure of inflation being reported as 4%? What are you talking about? We said unemployment. Me telling the sound, I need a new finance minister, you know. Nobody said inflation was 4%.
The engineer, listen this.
Unemployment cannot be 4% either. How that makes sense to you?
Hey, RJ, admit to the page that you are wrong. You came in here saying that Statin was saying that inflation was 4%. That is wrong. They have never reported inflation at 4%.
Not wait. The engineer. Listen, the engineer, because you're going, you're the semantic. Listen to me, man.
Whoa. Richard. No, hold up. You, Richard. You, Richard. No, you, Richard. You, as a man, I have time for. Now listen to you when you make your points.
Yeah, but you're not listening.
No. And you talk. Let us.
Let me ask you something. Listen, man. The PIOJ, listen, the PIOJ, when they at the unemployment rate, do you say? He said 100, the working people is 150,000. Yeah? 1.5 million rather. 750,000. Half of that is not seeking job. Out of that, including people who work 3 hours per day, 2 days per week, they make them classify as employed. Same way they count. Listen to me, man. Same way. So that's right across. So listen to me now.
Not just that, you tell him everybody's
not seeking job. And them say out of the next 750,000, 4% unemployed. So Jamaica actual unemployment is 50.4%.
Charles.
Yes.
RJ,
Don't do that.
engineer, hold on. Everybody, hold on. The engineer, I see where you're dragging the program. This is not your program. So do not steer it in chaotic waters. I see you doing it, but I'm not going to allow you to do it. So let's carry back the ball. Let's carry back the goalposts back to where I was. Okay?
Hold on, Brad, me can just say something and come down, please. Everybody will tell you that the rate of growth in Jamaica's GDP is decelerating. What does that mean? It means if you make 100 million last year, you make 80 this year. And next year you're projected to make 60. And the year after that you're projected to make 40. That's a fact. The rate of growth of the economy is slowing down. So it's in another 4 years, Jamaica has nothing.
RJ, slow down and say, RJ, say that again.
The rate of growth in the economy is slowing down. And it has been slowing down.
Explain the 50 and the 80 and the 40 and the thing. Explain that part.
Because every year you're actually making less. You're less productive year on year over like the past 5 years. And that's this government. For the past 5 years, every year.
You said because the rate is slowing down. Explain the 80 and the 60 and the thing. Explain the part.
I'm using that as an example. If you made 100 last year.
You're making less. What do you mean when you say you're making less?
RJ, if you explain.
Hold on. No, you never answer, boss. We're big people. If you don't understand what making less mean, I can't explain that to you.
RJ, hold
GDP
on.
is falling. It has been falling for the last 5 years. The only reason why debt to GDP is also falling is because the people that take money and pay off debt. Money was supposed to circulate in the economy and build the economy. That is what is going on. It's so difficult for you to understand.
Because when you talk like that, it sounds to me that you're saying people will be earning less. But that is not what the deceleration in growth means. It means that you will not be growing as fast, but you will still be growing. The example that you give, that you'll be moving from 80 to
growing at 0.1%, the engineer growing at 0.1%.
You cannot call that level of growth. That's the point I'm making. The productivity in the country is plummeting. It's not falling, it is plummeting. It's almost dead. Every year your ratio imports to exports get worse. You not produce or do nothing at all.
Can I
How
say
that is
something,
good for the
please?
country? Why you think the dollar cannot buy anything today? You don't have an economy.
I have a question to ask you, RJ and Brett. You claim that the spending is going down and all of that. Explain to me, how is it that the government of Jamaica has been able to double the budget from around 600 million to 1.4 million dollars from 2016 to now. And in doing that, they have been able to put more money to law enforcement, more money to pass program, more money to build roads.
Right there,
Explain
so.
that.
Shut your shit. Pardon me French. Sorry. My
No, bro,
my
we're not,
apologies.
no, bro, we're not
My
doing that.
apologies. I am
Okay.
sorry. No,
Okay.
stop right there. So, how much is it per person for pass? How much is it per person for pass? I'm sorry for the outburst. Sorry for the word that I use. But how much is it per child for pass? Please tell me.
More than it was
It
before,
has
bro.
doubled.
More than it was before, bro.
How
You
much
decide to do
was
that?
it before?
No,
No,
it's
no, no,
only
Brad,
$400 added.
Do you
Only
agree?
$400 was added to the figure. Only $400 was added to the figure. Only $400 was added to the figure.
The
Additionally,
engineer, are you, hold on, no, hold on, please. The engineer, are you aware that a child who is on path at school, what the government give to them is $250? How much is it for a box lunch for a child? It is 600 and 500, and in some schools, look here, man, and in some schools it is $700. So if you don't know, shut your crap.
So let me
Shut your
get,
crap.
so let me get what you're saying.
hold on, get
No,
this.
wait,
Hold on, get this too.
Oh Lord. All right, you go on. You go
No,
and talk.
oh Lord, nothing at all. What is our
Hold on.
population?
go ahead.
What is our
My
current population?
my sister-in-law is a graduate trained teacher, and she teaches at a very good high school. Zine, you see the massive government increase that I'm gonna tell you about? You see when them finish all the rolling and everything, she probably go on with like an extra 30,000. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. An increase in a 30,000 now compared to the 2016 where you like to talk about. What can $30,000 buy now versus in 2016?
Can I make a point, please? Can I please make a point?
Yes.
When I was there, I got the increase as a patient care assistant. I got the increase. I was getting $68,000 per month, and it was increased to 130 something per month. Okay? When I was getting $68,000, I could go to the wholesale and spend $25,000 out of that and buy my grocery for the month. When I start getting the 130,000, I ended up having to be spending $70,000 and $80,000 out of that for the same amount of food. The gas, my gas in the car raised. So I ended up after I double the amount of money, I end up now after I spend $8,000 to put gas into the car. The internet raised, and what else did raise?
And not just that,
And the education tax double, and my salary out of that 130, the education tax was doubled. The NIS was doubled, and the education NIS, and I forgot the other tax.
Everything double.
All of them
Everything.
was doubled. So I end up I go on with less, so I end up worse off.
Miss Winsome,
Worse off.
Miss Winsome, you approved the exact point now. Miss Winsome, don't you got more money, correct?
Yes, I got more money. I got double salary that I used to get, and I ended up worse off.
Hold on now. With the more money, has your purchasing power gone down and the cost of goods gone up?
The cost of goods gone up, so I end up having to buy less things. If I wanted to save, I wanted to pay my loan, and whatever, I had to start buying less. I have to cut back on half of the things that I used to buy. When we could have did buy 110 pound of chicken, I end up buy 5 for the month.
No, Miss Winsome, may I ask you a question? Do you think you represent the average Jamaican?
Yes, I am talking the grassroots people them. The grassroots people them we are talking about now. We're not talking about no middle class and upper class, the grassroots. That is where we are at. I'm talking about last year when I was there. I'm not talking about this year. I don't know it's worse this year.
Winsome, we are engineer here, ladies, I paid double since 2016. She tell us you have paid double. Because you prove your point, so they paid double. her pay
Not
was
just that. May I show you something now? Miss
No.
Winsome.
Repeat that.
Hold
Repeat
on,
that
wait.
point.
Miss Winsome. Don't
no,
you
no.
used to get a
Wait,
uniform allowance, correct?
Yes,
No,
we, we,
you
we
repeat
get
that point.
we,
No, no.
we
Listen,
get
hold on.
RJ,
Listen to her. Miss Winsome,
let
you
me
used to
hear.
get a
No,
uniform allowance?
yes, we got
Is your uniform
$50,000.
allowance gone now?
I don't know what happened this year. I don't know what happened this year.
Did you
I
get a
don't know.
uniform allowance this year?
No, because I'm not there, so I don't know. I don't know what
Well,
happened
your
this year.
uniform allowance gone though.
wait. RJ, you said must repeat. Let me repeat the engineer. The lady said she got her pay double from 2016. She get full time what the money she get. But said she used to pay 25,000 buy grocery for the month. No, she have to pay you $70,000. You hear that?
Yo,
Yeah.
1 second to add on to that, please. We can add something, please, something with me experience because I live overseas. All right, like I live overseas, so me here from like 2014. Me come Jamaica 2016. My grandmother passed away. All right, me go to the me go to the store and buy some stuff. Say let me go and buy some grocery and buy some stuff. Me spend like 30 something $1,000. Get the grocery and everything and come home. In February of this year was my birthday, so we go to Jamaica. So when me go to Jamaica now, because from 2016 I never go back to Jamaica until 2000 until this year February. So I go back there and I say, me know that things may be a little bit expensive because mother always want me and say like say, don't bother think like because like me I send money to my mother, me I feel like double and triple the amount of me also send like every month or so she has said me have to send more and more and more. So me have to keep on send more. So she has said me must come and see by myself. So when me go there now, so when me go to Jamaica now, me say right, like 2016 to now, so me go and do some shopping. So me change out and have like 70 something $1,000. So my mother go figure shop, so me tell her if you take up things and just take up. When she take up and me go up the figure cash, me couldn't believe what me take up 90 something $1,000. Me have to leave the grocery and go back to the bank again to get more money. Me turn idiot and then me tell her, say, look here, me have to book a flight and go up because so me say me have to leave this because this cannot work. So I don't really understand. And then the next thing again, me come there and me see Jamaica going backward instead of forward like in this modern days. Like me come first time you couldn't get like say half a bread because they say they're not cutting no bread to sell you half. You have to buy one bread or you don't buy bread. And now me got and the price to one bread. Now me see them selling a slice of bread for the same price for one bread that time. So I don't see how Jamaica going forward. Jamaica going backward instead of forward right now. Somebody selling a squeezer toothpaste. All those things are backward things in it. Modern days. We as Jamaica need to realize that Jamaica is not going forward as we're talking about. Because first thing, they're talking about economy. It's not economy, it's economy. Because if Nigel Clark wasn't going away, nobody would know that that things is going down and economy is in bad shape and sliding and all those things. It's because he know that from a long time. That's why he's leaving. That's why he was leaving. So it's just last week all these things start burst out. He start bursting out all these things. Because you know that because they was hyping, oh, best growth, best economy, best. And now because he's leaving, his time is expired now. That's the reason why he's letting out everything now.
Mr. Haterball, I want to ask you a question, Zine, and tell me your thoughts about this, Zine.
Yes.
Me have some money was supposed to come in 5 years from now, Zine. And me say, yo, I'm going to sell you the money when I have a come in 5 years from now. So I'm supposed to get 60,000, but I'm going to sell you for 40,000. So 5 years from now, you're going to collect the 60, and right now, I'm going to collect 40. And as I collect the 40 from you, I take the 40 go pay debt. That look like a good economy to you?
It cannot be.
Me sell the future revenue them for pay debt. So nothing in the country circulate.
Listen to
That
me.
look good?
Look, it's
That
because
look good?
if Nigel Clark wasn't leaving,
This are the best
it would
finance
be
minister
still a
man
good
sell the
economy.
future debts to the
Look,
government, you know,
listen.
and then
How come?
collect the money for pay
Look,
off
look,
external debt.
look.
That a good governance?
Jamaica have one of the best finance minister that is leaving. How comes he's leaving? Something is hiding. Something
RJ,
is hiding.
RJ,
Something is wrong. Why he's leaving?
Brett,
Why is
said
Nigel Clark
Nigel earlier
leaving
this
at this
year
time with the best
sold
economy?
the
Why is he
debts
leaving?
receivable, you know, and take the money for pay off external debt, you know. The money never even circulate in the economy and do not. You know,
hold on.
the man sold the debt receivable, take the money and pay off external debt. And then everybody jump up, debt to GDP gone up, yeah. And I realize the revenue that is supposed to come into the country in the future, it gone. How that makes sense?
I'm going to tell you what Nigel did. And this goes for the engineer as well. You ever go to a shop and the shelves, they look nice, but if you look to the corner, if you just glimpse to the corner, nothing of the back there, it is called shadowing the shelf. So they create an illusion to make it seem as if the shop is doing well, when in truth and in fact, the storeroom is empty, the shelves are empty, but they just pad the front of the shelf with the little goods that is there. So
It's
it is an illusion. It is a lie.
the same tactic they
You see, if you
employ
want to look on it,
in North Korea. It's the same tactic they employ in North Korea. When they have visitors, they put up even fake fruits in the stores to make it seem like the stores are packed with dogs.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Brett, may I show you a vibe now, see? Brett, look at this. You see what Winsome just said? That you have to spend twice the amount of money or more to survive? You see, when you work out GDP, that is called consumption, and it's going to register that there's a growth in consumption. So the GDP going to look bigger. You see, when you actually break it down, what it meant is that people in the local economy have to spend more money to survive, but it's not they're doing well, they're not doing well. And the lady just talk it. Whether you want to use common sense, whether you want to maths it out, whether you want to use any big term or whatever, it is there for everybody to see. If last year you spent $5 for buy an egg, and this year you have to spend 15, how are you doing better? Explain.
That is what I want to know. And
All right.
But RJ, that is exactly what I have been trying to explain from I came here.
No, but it's
That
common
I have
sense.
gotten, I don't know what he's talking about growth. I don't know what sector of the economy is growing.
Okay,
I need somebody to explain what sector is growing.
Okay, so I've listened to y'all. May I respond? May I respond? May I
Mute the mic,
respond?
make you respond. Mute make you
Okay,
respond.
may I respond?
Andrew
No,
sector,
let me-
agree. The Andrew
Okay,
sector.
okay, so let me start with Brat. Brat, you said that there's been no real increase to the path beneficiaries. And that is
No.
untrue. No,
I'm
wait.
not asking you, I'm telling you.
Hey, Brat, I allowed you.
No, I'm not going to let you spread no propaganda over here. It is not a case of me asking you. It is a case of me telling you what is allotted to the part beneficiaries for lunch in school. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. So don't come, hold on.
So wait,
Hold on, no,
one minute.
no, 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 no.
We're
Don't
talking,
come with
we're
your, do
talking,
not
Brat.
come with your statistics.
No, but Brat,
Don't
we're
come with
talking.
no statistics. I'm speaking about reality. I am a parent who is
so
at
wait a
my
minute,
child's
wait a
school
minute. So,
every
Brat,
single day.
Okay,
Don't
Brat,
come with your full dog rate.
Brat. So you're telling me that when the gleaner, the gleaner,
I said, do not come to me with no statistic. My foot got in the dog mess and me smell it. Not you that is coming with no statistics. I am at school every day and
So
I
you
know
are
what
saying that the gleaner is lying.
beneficiaries get for lunch allowance.
No, Brat. You are saying that the gleaner is lying.
What's your point?
You are saying that the gleaner is lying.
Listen, look here.
Lord.
You always come with some
No,
smoke and
Brat.
mirror
You are saying that the
statistics.
gleaner is
You're
lying.
not credible. You're not credible.
Brat. You are saying that the gleaner is
The
lying.
engineer, I am
Is
telling you.
the gleaner lying?
been
Is the
listening
gleaner
to-
lying?
She's not saying that
Is
she's
the
telling you
gleaner
reality.
lying?
She's not saying that she's telling you reality.
No,
I'm
what
telling you
reality?
reality.
No.
Just
What
like the
reality?
way you said you're not
The
listening to no
Gleaner has given
static.
a report.
Brad,
What
mute
the
that, Brad.
Gleaner has
Brad, mute that.
reported and what
DJ,
Brat is saying are two
DJ,
totally different things.
Listen, I am telling you what is happening in school, just like how I can tell you that a few months ago when we were talking about the smell bad, the taste bad porridge mix that they had in the school given to the students, they changed it now. So they're issuing out the small bulla cakes and the cherry milk now. They're doing that.
All right. So,
All
Brad,
right, all right. Hold on,
question to you.
hold
No,
on,
wait
hold
1
on
minute.
a minute,
Wait 1
hold on
minute.
a minute,
Wait
hold on a
1
minute,
minute. So, Brad,
hold on a minute.
when the Gleaner
Minute.
carried the when the Gleaner
Hold on a
carried the
minute.
story, why didn't you object to it? Why didn't the PNP object to it?
Listen, I don't know what is in the glean. I don't know.
Everybody, hold on a minute, please. Hold on a minute, please. Hold on a minute. Me need one person to talk at a time. Brat, explain.
Let me want
Brat,
to
okay, all right. Go on, you. And after
DJ,
you.
DJ, you see where you come here, Sado? You no open your mic till me don't talk. Where you come here, Sado, you talk like you're like a sarcasm when you go back at PMP. Listen, me, no, man. You can't go back at PMP. Andrew Oldest at the Prime Minister and Mark going to be the Prime Minister next. Listen what we are talking about. Hear what we are talking about. No one dead. You said the Gleaner said something, my brother tell you what she see in her reality. The Gleaner said, "Have 500 people dead for a year." And men was a far more than the reality. So hear the piece of what we are saying. Now go back, go another Gleaner. The young lady is saying that 200, the school get $200 per child. I come from $100. I'm not saying $100 2016. So it double. So it $200. So your point is everything double. So it double.
So you hold on, you. Me no cut you. So where engineer I say now the Gleaner report a different figure.
That was Brat. What Brat is saying is that what she talk about reality. Not
No,
talk about
but because me know Brat day in school every day, so me da more go with Brat than the Gleaner. Moreover, my wife work directly with part student, and the Brat figure is the same figure that my wife would have reported.
$200 for lunch. Yeah, how much we lunch? So the point we are saying now. So but I go in a Gleaner. So if you answer the lady, and yeah, I hear the price. I hear the piece. You don't want to leave that. She's with the economy. DJ, open your mind and tell me what is the debt today? What is the national debt today? The national debt today. What is our national debt here compared to 2016? And wait, me get a chance to go Google it. Just Google Jamaican national debt 2016 and Jamaican national 2024. And come. So we'll give time for it. If you don't have it, we'll give time to Google it.
The engineer, you have two ladies that were in the box, and the two ladies said the same thing I was saying to you. The purchasing power of your money, the purchasing power of your money has gone down. So you see, even though there's an increase, the inflation in the economy is tearing it apart because you have no goods and services that are growing in the economy. You just have a lot of money on the market, and people have to spend. That is not that's not good growth. You understand?
And the
Furthermore,
inflation.
hold on. When the governor Richard Biles, who know more than all of us, come out and put in the same newspapers that you are talking about, please, private sector, don't increase your salaries because we cannot manage the amount of inflation we're got in the country. In other words, he must say, if your workers leave you and go join the public sector in search of better salaries, don't raise your salaries and retain them. Suffer and dead for hungry and make a business collapse. Richard Biles, the governor for Bank of Jamaica, come out and say that. Oh, you going to say the country run good. Oh, the governor will come out and beg the private sector, say, don't increase your salaries too. Just lose your workers and call it a day. That sound like a good economy to you?
But
Richard
RJ,
Biles, governor, Bank of Jamaica. Go look it up. You're up on Google now. Go Google it.
yeah, but RJ, me ask me question more and tell me. I'm more and in the same time, you have to tell me the inflation rate 2016 and the inflation rate today. Please. Because remember Jamaica paid on we are paying on the interest and debt, not the actual debt, So we are in more debt. We borrow more money than that we borrowed. We borrow more money now than we borrowed 2016.
Hugh, the
All
country
right,
has
you I
money
can respond to you
to
now.
come
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
No,
not
no, you I
just
can
sold
respond
it.
to you.
Yeah, make
Hugh,
sure
I
it's
can
on us.
respond to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Hugh, the measure they use to find out if a country is more indebted. Oh Lord of mercy. Is the
Go.
is the debt to GDP the
No, not
same?
good stuff.
What?
No, not the debt to GDP.
RJ, isn't it true that it's debt to
No,
GDP they use?
no, not every day.
No. Hugh, 1 minute. RJ, isn't it true that it's debt to GDP they use to see the impact of debt on a country?
That's one of the most common methods.
Okay, thank you very much.
But what is
You
the
learned
national?
something new tonight.
No, but I'm asking what is national debt?
You learned something new tonight. The debt
Yes, I
to
learned something.
GDP
I admit.
has been reduced from 2016 to now.
Listen, don't go talk about me and stop on my stupidness.
So put,
Me
hold
ask you a
on,
question.
the engineer,
Me ask
put
you a
a
question.
comment.
Wait. What was the national debt 2016 and national debt now? That debt.
Big man, the tell us it's debt to GDP them use. It's
What
debt
is
to
the
GDP them
national
use,
debt?
King.
Listen me, man. General. America debt to GDP 125%. Jamaica in a better position than America, where 72% debt to GDP.
There you go.
What is the national debt?
Thank you.
And
What
that
is the
is it,
national
the
debt?
engineer.
Wait, stop.
Debt to GDP.
Let me ask a question. He has asked me a question. You know why the United States of America? Wait. Listen to me. It is one of the only country that can do that shit because it can export the debt. Everybody use US dollars. It can export the debt. No other country can do that foolishness.
Chat. Listen, question let me ask again.
Hey, no other country in the world can do that foolishness. The United States of America can export that debt.
I did that ask.
Hold on.
I make a suggestion. Never ask a question. The question I asked, what was the national debt 2016 and what is national debt today? That I question me ask.
And I say I don't know.
And
I said the metric that we use is debt to GDP.
So all right, let me answer that now.
Sure.
Since we use debt to GDP, when you have money like NHT, Zine?
No man. Start your answer by telling us what the debt to GDP is.
72%.
73.5%.
73.5%. Let me tell you debt
What was it in 2016?
Stop.
What was it in 2016?
128%.
You stop.
I'm the garbage. I'm the fools. RJ, you the point to me I try get. 2016, the debt was 13.2 billion US dollar. Today, the debt is 13.97 billion US dollar. That's our war. So when you come with the debt to GDP, America debt to GDP 132%. And when one attempts that Jamaica economy far better than America when we are 72%. Jamaica 72%. You see
what I'm saying is you cannot just look at debt to GDP and say good. Debt to the GDP look good, so the country is good. No, I'm saying the argument is a lot more nuanced. If you have something like NHT in the country, Zine, and you're not exporting no goods, you're not doing no services, nobody now come to Jamaica for doing a real investment and do nothing at all. All I hear them at all. Zine? And you know if you take money in an NHT and fling that on international debt, for bring down the debt, how is that good? How is that good? When you as a people, listen to me now. When you as a finance minister now have debt receivable, that means that people owe you money and you're going to get it in the future. You sell the debt receivable, you know.